Welcome. Today's going to be a little bit different. We're doing our same bring a prompt, draw it. But this time, the option was for each artist to find their own prompt. You could either pick from a prompt list or make your own, this, that, or the other thing. So once again, we'll go around, introduce people, and talk about your prompt list and which prompt you're going to be doing. So Nicole, I'm going to start with you.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
I'm Nicole. You can find me everywhere at Mayor Squish. Today I'm going to be doing something from Peachtober, which is supposed to be like cute stuff, but I'm going to turn it a little bit gory. So the prompt for today is heart. So I'm going to be drawing an anatomical heart. And
Yay.
I got my medical textbooks already, so yeah.
You came prepared. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yay! All right. Adhd, welcome.
Hello.
So what are we creating today?
So I had put a poll up on my Instagram for people to give me suggestions, which I was going to put on a wheel and spin. And none of my friends were of any help because I got one shitpost suggestion and two suggestions that are out of my skill level. I will say what those are. They are not on the list. The shitpost suggestion was Baby Elvira from Elvira,
Which I
Mistress
didn't
of the Dark.
know until you posted that picture, and then I was a little sad because I was like, I would watch that.
One of the other suggestions was very minimalized makeup, white lashes, white this, white that, very like intricately. I was like, oh, no, I'm not playing that game because white is a bitch to blend. And then the other one was a lotus pod. And not only do I not like lotus pods, I have no prosthetic makeup. I have nothing that could possibly make that look good. So I decided to come up with my own prop list, which had a what was it? Beautiful werewolf victim. No, it was gorgeous werewolf victim. Zombie, Hebe but scary but spooky, and Velma Dinkley. I spun the wheel, and it landed on Velma Dinkley. So Dinkies, we're gonna solve that mystery.
Heck yeah, we have the proof. They posted it in the Discord, so we got to see the official. It landed on it, so yay! Now you have also been streaming a bunch more on Twitch, right? So people can still follow you over there.
Yes and no. I ramped up my streaming a lot, but work has been fatiguing me. It will improve. I did just get a new computer. I'm getting it all set up. So you can follow me on all my social medias: Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Venmo, the whole 9 yards at Hebe Buffet.
Yay! Excellent. And super excited to welcome back. Hi, Vic. We're so happy to have you.
Hi. I forgot what I'm supposed to say. Hi, I'm Vic. At Idstar across most social medias except TikTok, where I'm at Vic Idstar because I joined late and someone else got the name before I could get there. Not bitter about it at all. And I made up a random spoopy art prompt list with 2 lists of 10, and I've literally rolled a d10 a couple of times to determine the combination of 2 things, and I've ended up with buff vampire, which I'm now thinking about how to execute that.
You're going to be doing Buffy the Vampire?
Not Buffy, but like buff.
So then on my brain I was like,
but I could do a buff Angel. Buffy.
I'd go for buff Buffy. Like Jack.
Wouldn't we all?
You got it before me.
Oh, I love it so much. So anybody in chat, if you are interested in any of these prompt lists, hit us up because we will happily share it with you. I decided to go with Cattober. I'm feeling the spooky kitties. So Cattober for today, the 22nd, is horoscope cat. So I am going to be leaning in and drawing some adorable horoscope cattiness. I'm starting with my own sign, because of course I am. If I get it done, we will branch out from there and maybe do another sign if you all in chat can agree on which one I should draw. But we'll see. We'll see how quickly and motivated Emily is and how she gets stuff done. But yeah, I'm excited. Everything we've done so far in October has been an absolute blast. So I'm happy to continue the spoopiness. All right. Because I missed you. Because I'm really
Feelings are scary.
Feelings are scary. That is the scariest thing on Halloween. Also, we were before we officially started, we were talking about how there were recent tornadoes in Pittsburgh, and I love Guardian Randy in chat says, "Yeah, I was out with friends at the bar when the tornado warning came in on the TV, and we were like, guess we'll just die." I was like, yep.
I mean, there's really nothing else you can do.
Yeah, I don't think the bars in Pittsburgh have basement shelters. I don't know. I mean, they probably have basements.
Are they very common in that area, tornadoes?
Bars?
Bars, yeah. So many bars.
A wild bar appears.
I mean, I feel like Pennsylvania gets more tornadoes than I feel like it should for where it is, but I can't speak beyond that. Not in Pittsburgh. Oh, okay. Not in Pittsburgh. Oh, in Allegheny County and in Washington County. Interesting. Okay. Also, I want to specifically welcome Lost Limey. Hey, y'all, watching for a bit this fine Friday while some keto taco soup simmers on the stove, which sounds amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I am fully in like hot tea and hot soup mode now that
I don't think I've had any soup this month yet.
Oh, I had some lobster bisque the other day, which was goddamn delicious. I'm very happy about that decision.
Sounds like some bisky business.
Yeah. I do spend a lot of time sliding around my apartment in my underwear, so it's fair.
While eating lobster.
I feel like that's a perfect description for the pandemic.
Yup. Yup. Not wrong in any way. All right. Oh, chicken gravy and biscuits. Yum. See, this is why I made sure I ate something before we got on stream, because y'all do this to me. And then I'm just like, we still have 2 hours and I'm starving.
All I had was cookies, and I'm broke until I get tips from my show tomorrow night.
Oh.
I did not have the foresight to eat a single thing this morning. So we'll see how that goes.
Once again, I'm going to call back. Adulthood is actually the most scary thing. That's really the scariest part. All right. And dare I say, I'm probably going to have to look up reference because I don't actually know what crabs look like.
Are you feeling
that looks
Mr.
pretty
Krabs?
good.
Yeah, I got the basic shape. I'm like, okay, that's pretty crab shaped.
That reads crab.
That crab reads.
I also was super tempted to draw the crab that's holding the knife because I just love that.
I love that crab.
Yeah. Thread 85. Good morning. Also,
Good
Randall.
morning.
Yes.
Ah, that's my wife. Hello.
That's my wife.
My wife.
I'm sorry.
That is like 30% of my life right now is just my
Your
wife.
My wife. Aw, well, welcome. I'm sorry we're all insane. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a very mentally ill Friday.
It is. It is. But once again, y'all, I'd like to remind you that, if you can't get homemade serotonin or any of that, store-bought is fine.
Yep. Although I'm currently weaning myself off my store-bought serotonin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this a good thing?
I think it's a good thing because I think a lot of my depression symptoms were attributed to ADHD paralysis.
Okay. Nope, that's
fair. And I recently got diagnosed with ADHD. So
what is ADHD paralysis?
So it's when you have too many things to do and you you can't choose like what to do, so you don't do any of them.
Oh,
Well, that one hit hard.
well, I just had a revelation.
Yep.
Is that not just how everyone functions?
No. Surprisingly, people can make
Cool.
choices.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's been one of my favorite things about, as much as I hate to say it, on TikTok, is once again finding a community of people who are, I was like, oh wait, this is a lot of you. Like, we all have
Yeah.
the same thing. I was like, but also wait, are there that many humans who can just get up and do stuff and it's fine? Is that really a thing? I don't understand that part.
Sounds fake.
Yeah. I don't believe it, but I guess it's a thing.
I'm trying to decide on my outfit for this. And
Oh, can we go like mesh crop top? That to me, that's what my brain says as buff. I don't know why.
'Cause
I'm
you
going.
hang out
I'm
with
going for lady
homosexuals.
buff as well. But
Lady-
I feel like I'm like what's stereotypically vampiric in terms of outfit, and the big collar seems to
I
be.
would
Oh.
say stereotypically vampiric would be a mesh.
Yeah. Or I would
Yeah.
say like vest with no undershirt, like just a vest and a bare chest. Then
Bare
Yeah.
chest.
bare chest. For the rest of the time, it's just gonna be word association. That's really how that's how today's gonna go. I love it too much. All right.
I'm just gonna.
Yes, like Gaston. And every last inch of him's covered in hair. There are days I was like, I wish to have the confidence of Gaston.
I just think it's funny that Belle's disgusted with Gaston, and it's like, as a kid, I used to be like, "Oh, part of it's because every last inch of him's covered with hair," and then I was like, "Wait, no, she's a monster fucker."
Nope, that's actually not it at all. It was never the
Never
hair.
thought about that before, but now it's in my head. So thank you.
So much. I remember even as a little kid being so genuinely disappointed when the Beast transforms and Adam stands up.
He gets
and I'm
ugly.
no, put it back.
Change it back. He was
Change
hotter
it
when
back.
he was hotter when he could eat me.
It was so hot.
Insert
Yeah.
joke about eating.
Who said I was joking?
Oh gosh.
This stream is a mess. I love it.
Oh. Poor Nicole. She's like, we'll just have a nice, easy stream. I'll draw some hearts, and we're like, no.
It's just the entirety of the last half of Gremlins.
I've never seen that movie.
Me
Probably should
either.
sometime. It's like one of those cultural things that everyone understands except me.
Gremlins is so good, though.
Do you think it holds up? I mean, I know that's a very
Oh,
loaded
absolutely.
question, but okay.
Especially because all of the effects are done practically
Yes.
and via puppets.
I love me.
I do
Too.
love that.
So, like, I would go as far as to say it's my favorite Christmas movie
Ooh, okay.
because it is absolutely a Christmas movie. Like, Christmas is central to the plot.
Fair enough.
It will be hard to dethrone Christmas Vacation because that one is just so deeply ingrained for me, but I'm always looking for new options to add to the Christmas repertoire.
Now, I haven't seen Die Hard. I know that there's that big debate about whether or not Die Hard is also a Christmas movie. Is Christmas central to the plot, or does it just take place on Christmas?
The reason there's a party is because of Christmas, and the reason they're getting together, like the reason he is seeing his kids.
It's kids. There's two.
I think, yeah. I was like, I think there's two of them. Like, that's the reason for it. But I would say beyond that, I wouldn't heavily say that there's a specific plot to Die Hard, but you know,
Like,
there's
the
Christmas
main
references.
catalyst for Gremlins is that the Mogwai is given to Billy as a Christmas gift.
oh, okay.
I would say by that definition, Die Hard is a Christmas movie because the catalyst for him being there is it's a Christmas party, and that's why everything is the way it is. That's why it's like they're in the tower and there's no one else around, and it's a very late night work party, and it's a low key time of year when people aren't paying attention to. It's a Christmas heist.
Yes.
But in Gremlins, like the entire town is celebrating Christmas and having their Christmas ruined.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm realizing how little I know about this movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I knew the rules for Gremlins in case I ever encountered them, and that was the extent of what I knew.
Did you guys know you could wash powder puffs?
What's
I
I
that?
found this out recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's a powder puff?
Oh my
He
god.
be gentle with us. So I know
So the answer to that question, y'all could have just said no.
but I was so genuinely confused. Sorry, my brain shorted out. I'm like, what's a powder puff?
My brain just went like Powerpuff Girls. Love that show. And then I was just off in a different place entirely.
Yeah, I went powder puff and I went, oh, powder puff football. And I was like, no, that can't be what they
No.
meant.
That's
No,
not
that's not it. We're really good at this. Really, really good. So, like hand wash?
No, like I think you can like machine wash them.
That's cool. And they don't fall apart?
No, at least I'm assuming not if you have a good one. I don't, but
But in theory.
But in theory. Again, I like the idea that these are makeup facts, not just for the members of Stream, but for the lovely viewers at home who knew what you were talking about before you asked us. And we failed you.
Oh
It's
my
an
goodness.
educational stream.
Oh, love Gremlins. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Randall's saying, and this actually surprises me. Apparently, like HBO Max lists Gremlins under Halloween movie, but like you were saying, it's clearly Christmas.
I think it's
So,
just because it's a horror movie.
yeah.
Multi-genre.
It's like I would go as far as to say, and this will start an argument, that Nightmare Before Christmas is more of a Christmas movie than a Halloween movie.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's literally
People
like,
will fight over that.
well, I mean, because Halloween ended.
Halloween's
when
over
the
at the beginning
yeah,
of the movie.
when it
Yeah.
starts. I mean, I take it as I can literally watch it from the beginning of October until the end of December.
It's like, I mean, I'll sit and watch it in March. Like,
Yeah. I love that movie so much. I know I've talked about it a bunch on stream before, but I'm going to put in the petition again. If anybody has not watched the movies that made us holiday edition, there's a whole one on Nightmare, and it's so good.
So I don't have Netflix. And I'm not particularly inclined right now to subscribe to Netflix
Yeah.
because of current events.
Yeah, that's fair. Quick, Randall, mail him the DVD.
I think you still need a membership to use the DVD. I could be wrong, but
Anyone in chat, can you correct us? Do you still need a membership to watch the Netflix DVDs?
he says
Randall-
watch the mail as if he couldn't just drop it off to me
As if you don't live in the same city and see each other.
constantly.
Oh, I love it so much. All right.
It's like how I ran into Sarah at the Blue Moon the other week.
That was so funny. I'm just like, aw, Doodle
See,
Crew people in the wild.
Well, it was like I was out of drag too. Like it wasn't. I was just there for a show to watch a show, and I just hear Hebe, and I turn around and go, "What are you doing here?"
Do you ever just look
Also-
at what you're drawing and be like, something about the proportions of this is so far off, and I can't for the life of me figure out what?
Yeah, look at
I have that problem when I'm doing my makeup, so
Oh, that's another reason why I just can't do makeup, because like once I've done one side, doing
Well, it's like-
the other side seems impossible.
the trade-off is that the proportions of my makeup are not human-shaped at all anyway.
Oh, okay.
It's like I basically treat my face like it's a flat canvas.
yeah.
Ah.
Okay. Also, Randall says, "Who let Sarah in my bar?" Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Also, like running into someone randomly at a bar, like as you were talking about it, this was a completely normal thing for a long time. And now I've been in quarantine for so long, I'm just like, oh,
It's
yeah,
weird.
that's a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go run and grab a drink because I've run out of caffeine. Oh,
Like running into
Didn't mean to
people in the wild? What?
Yeah.
Not in person, because at this point it's in the wild.
It very much is.
I used to go to Target and be like, I hope I don't run into somebody I know. Now it doesn't even occur to me that it's something that can happen.
Yeah, I definitely have to like double take when I see somebody. I was like, oh, that's right. Hi.
Well, especially because I have good friends that wear masks out in public, so I don't recognize them.
Is this one I was using? I don't think so. I think that was-
Yes, milkshake?
Hmm.
Can I help you? Guess not.
I heard you were doing makeup. That's my cue.
Yeah, that's my cue. I'm a white cat. I'm ready to get covered in fallout. One might even say that he would become a Fallout boy.
Ah.
Hi. Do you want me to show you to people? Come on. Come on. Milkshake. Baby. Hello.
Hi, baby. Oh, hello. Oh, the little face.
oh.
Face.
Flip.
No. So stinking cute.
I love him.
I miss having a cat.
Beans. Beans.
I've definitely, it has been really, really nice the past 10 months having a cat. Like, not being just alone in my apartment. Big fan.
I have a dog who is currently sprawled out on the sofa in the other room.
No. Tell
Booty
me
pats.
beans. Mm. Yeah. There's a happy face.
I have to put you down at some point.
But I'm so precious.
I feel like a huge portion of my drawing process now is drawing a thing and then undrawing the thing and fixing everything that I did wrong when I drew it initially.
Back down you go.
Yeah, Nicole can attest. I was trying to work on something last Friday live on stream, and I think I redrew the pose like 10 or 12 times because I'm like, I can see it in my head, but I cannot for the life of me like get it out onto the canvas. I'm just like, please let me, just let me do it.
I will say it was kind of fun to see you struggling with hands because you're normally so good at them. So like I know that it must have really like annoyed you.
I was losing my mind a little bit. I was just like, why can't I do the thing? Yeah, but we made
One of those days when you inexplicably cannot draw the thing that you know you ought to be able to draw.
Yep. I was like, I really can draw this. I promise. Okay, let's try this. We like this. Let's do opacity. Let's do amount of paint. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Aw, thank you, Sonata Mag. I like my wee little crab. Little crab buddy.
Me when I'm too cheap to go to the doctor.
They're my friends. Once again, this is why I try to show love to my astrological sign because I'm just like, clearly no one else wanted to when you put this one together. But thanks. I'm not bitter.
I'm just going to go with that for now, I think.
I like it.
I realized the other day that I have, in the course of the last couple of years, learned more about like ways to draw muscular women and have, as a result, lost the ability to draw not muscular women of any kind. So like, I'm going to draw a woman, and she's just like, no matter who she is. So I'm going to have to unlearn this particular process, but at least in this case, it kind of works. It's a reason for it.
No, I feel you because for a while I was so specifically drawing like almost like dancer bodies. So very like flowy, very curvy, all of these very organic shaped women. And then someone was like, hey, could you draw me Hulk? And I sat there and I'm like, I don't think I can. No.
Ballet Hulk?
Ballet. I'm like, he's going to look lovely, but I don't think it's what you want. Yeah, it's funny how your brain is just like, no, can't. You saved over that file. It's not there anymore.
Saved over. So true. I've forgotten. Like once upon a time, I didn't used to be able to draw women at all. I could only draw male bodies, and that was like I don't know why. Something about curves. Wasn't comfortable with drawing curves. I guess I don't know. Everybody just looked incredibly masculine, no matter who they were when I drew them. And somewhere along the way, I figured out how to draw women, and then all the men that I was drawing looked very feminine. And now, and I was like, no, a slender body type shouldn't automatically look feminine, and etc. And I've been sort of branching out with body types and more muscular women instead of like, oh, it's a female character, so she's super dainty and feminine. And then I've sort of broken myself now, where everybody's buff.
Yeah, and there's something like, I feel like it's with muscles and musculature specifically, if I'm not actively like keeping my brain on it, I will lose that just like in real life. If you're not actively working out, like you start to lose it because it just, it's not what I focus on. And yeah, and all of a sudden I was like, wait, how do pecs work? How does that connect to the arm?
So the funny thing about male and female depictions of musculature and skeletons and all that. I actually picked my anniversary card for my partner from a romantic section. It was like romance Halloween or whatever. And it partially because of the pun on the inside, obviously, because it said, "You are my one and only." But also because the two skeletons on the front of the card were exactly the same and one did not have skeleton titties.
Oh.
Because a lot of female depictions of skeletons, for some reason, have skeleton titties.
I was like, once again, concerned that people, I was like, there's not bones in them, right?
Yeah.
Like, you guys really know that, though, right? Right?
Please.
But please tell me you know there's no bone.
There's no bones in them.
A friend of mine used to, he started a business for a while, drawing queer greetings cards that were deliberately either gender neutral or same-sex sort of gendered kind of cards, but just 6 different variations almost of the same principle for the cards, so you could choose the one that was applicable to your scenario, etc. Because it's ridiculous the extent to which everything is, look, here's the boy one and the girl one.
Yeah.
I remember watching a really interesting breakdown of the How to Train Your Dragon 3 movie, where they bring out the girl dragon to go.
And she got dragon titties.
Yeah. But somebody, I think that it was some sort of zoologist sat down and was like, okay, let's break this down. And they're like, understanding about the sort of following the process of logic for how typically the animal kingdom works. Obviously, dragons aren't, as far as we know, real. But assuming that they follow the same kind of themes as other reptilian species and things, like this is actually, there's no reason why the girl would have frilly sort of pink highlights. And why does this dragon have eyeliner? And
why not?
Broke down all of the different sort of well, by that same logic, why doesn't Toothless have special frilly bits? And actually, typically, it usually works the other way around in the animal kingdom and stuff. But the level of pedantry was wonderful.
When you were talking
Special
about
frilly bits is going to be my new username on Twitch.
Frilly bits. That was the thing. I always think of peacocks, whereas often, especially with birds, the beautiful, bright, flamboyantly colored ones are the males. They're never the females. And yeah, no, for a while there was a bunch of different memes circulating with, kind of dunking on Pixar. They'd be like, okay, how do we need to know that this is a boy dog? I'm like, all right, it's going to look, big nose and this, and it kind of looks like Doug from Up, who I have a soft spot for. I love Doug. But then you're like, okay, well, how do we need to know that this one's a girl? And and it was just
make her sexy.
Make her again, give her
sexy
this,
dog,
hourglass shape, and you're like, but why?
Childbearing hips, obviously.
For all 101 of their children.
Yeah. It's
I'm here for some non over gendered character design,
Yep. And I think it's extra frustrating with that one because I did like Toothless's design so much. He moves very gracefully and he's got that kind of lizard movement to him, which it doesn't specifically read as male. He just reads as an agile character, which is what he should read as. So, I was like, oh man, they were doing so well. And then you're like, but girl dragons, yes.
Just sort of got almost a little bit Looney Tunes, where there's the woo woo, the girl version.
Oh, goodness.
I do love those movies, but yeah, that was a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, and I, again, that is a frustration not solely, to them. And I think, especially those movies, I think they did a lot of really good things with representation of their characters and different things. And so, but yeah, still, again, doesn't mean that there's not always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Sonata Mag. I am making it up as I go. I'm trying a new brush in Clip Studio. So, because I really wanted a black cat, but I didn't want to just black void all of that. So, thank you. I'm glad it's working. Also, look at me, Nicole. Look at me branch out using different brushes.
I'm so proud.
I appreciate that. It's very weird. It's out of my comfort zone. I don't love it. But it's good. I like this one better. I liked the one we talked about and I used for the Little Monsters one, but I didn't want that same look for this. So I'm happy with how that's going. Oh, and I was thinking of you, Vic, the last time we had Megan on stream, because she was also working in Procreate. And again, it was just one of those where until I started spending time really working in that program this summer, I didn't realize the depth of the brushes that were there. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I love it. I'm a bit broken now because I got stuck using my iPad for a couple of years. At some point, I will actually get another computer set up so I can use my Cintiq and Photoshop again. But I don't know how I'm going to continue arting without the Procreate brushes.
Yeah, because even... Oh, go ahead.
I actually bought Procreate because though I don't draw particularly often, I was like, well, I have an iPad and blah, 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 It's like I need to make myself, or I would like to make myself Twitch emotes at some point. So I started like doing a vector drawing over a picture of Milkshake, and I could not for the life of me find like a simple little like click and fill in with color thing.
Oh, it's a drag thing. Like
I'm just
you
like,
drag the thing over.
But I'm not used to working that way. I just wanted to be able to be like, boop, film.
Yeah.
Also, I've been refusing to watch any kind of tutorials, but slowly learning how to use Procreate for the last couple of years. Like, I will figure this out myself.
I think that was one of the most heartbreaking things because I really wanted to teach my students the click and drag over. But I don't know if there were other settings I needed to set up beforehand. But if you're, again, like if their lines weren't filled or if they didn't go to the edge, like that ended up being the most frustrating one to try and get younger kids on board with. Like, we just couldn't make that one work. And I'm like, this is more troubleshooting than I was prepared for.
There's the whole fill threshold thing. So like if you take that, for example, I want to fill that in. There's this like blue bar that appears at the top, the drop threshold. And you can like, if you hold down before you let go, you can swipe left and right effectively to determine the kind of threshold of filling. So if the line is really thin, it'll fill out a side of that line, but you can take it all the way back to the point where then it sort of, all the gradient at the edge of those sort of pixelated lines doesn't fill in properly.
Yeah.
Or you can twist it like that. And if you've got a whole bunch of different things to color in, so say you've got a few different circles to color, you can drag and drop. And then once you've done one, tap at the top, filling with recolor, and then move your thing over and fill them up that way. That was a horrible explanation. I'm sorry. There are ways, but it's like the way they've, I guess, come up with working around the fact that this is a tablet as opposed to a desktop with a cursor and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can determine the threshold, not frequency. I'm just saying words now.
No, that's really good to know. And that's, again,
It took me so long to figure it out.
Well, and that was the thing. I was like, I know there's got to be a way to do this because it can't be this fickle. Like, there's just no way. But because I was also learning the program as I was trying to teach it, like, which is, I don't recommend that. That's not a good way to do it, but that's what I had to do. Like, I wanted to teach more drawing technique and like genuine, like, these are just helpful things to learn how to draw. on a digital tablet, no matter what tablet you're using. But then, like the minutia of how to work in Procreate kind of overtook that a little bit. I was like, oh,
Yep.
oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I in that whole process, it's like, oh, maybe I should just pay somebody to do this for me for now.
It is definitely its own workflow, for sure.
It's like this. I've just recently learned how to make my streams look a lot more professional. I don't know if I'm quite prepared to learn a whole nother program on top of that.
And I think there's something funny with Procreate because when I went into Photoshop, I already knew it was a monster. Like the amount of stuff that Photoshop can do is tremendous. And so I'm like, okay, nope, it's all right that you're overwhelmed because this is a huge program. But I watch so many people do things so quickly and adeptly in Procreate that I'm just like, why
Well,
are
I've
you
also
dumb, though?
noticed a lot of people, like, when asked, oh, like, what is a good drawing program on iPad or whatever, like, regardless of the skill level of the person asking, the person will immediately be like, oh, yeah, just jump right into Procreate. And I'm just like, I don't think that's, like, it's great. I can tell that it's great, even at my low skill level, but I don't know if that's the best one for somebody jumping in.
Yeah.
I think it's the sort of program that if you just jump in, you can select a brush and you can draw something. Like you can just pick it up and go right away. But as soon as you want to delve deeper than just that, you do have to learn the workflow. And it's got such its own kind of workflow that takes time.
Ooh, that's a really good thing. Lost Limey says, save your work. And Lost Limey, I'll let you know I have not saved once yet. So thank you. I am so good at this.
I'm awful at saving my work.
Definite upshot of Procreate is that I haven't saved my work in 3 years. But
also, I'm realizing as I said that, I was like, oh no, Lost Limey, that's literally just for me. Thank you. I need it. Yeah, that was oh my gosh.
I'm setting my makeup. That's like saving your work.
Actually, yeah, I like that. I was trying to explain to the kids, when they were using Procreate, like if the program crashed or something like that, like closing out of it and then reopening it, which was a whole lengthy discussion, which it shouldn't have been, because I was like, oh, you kids don't even know. But also the fact that like you could just reopen Procreate and your stuff was still there.
Yeah.
Like Miss Emily standing at the front of the class, just like, kids, you'll never understand. You'll never understand what it's like to not have this feature, because it's the most heartbreaking thing to work for 2 hours and then have nothing.
Just watch it disappear, and you're like, no, come back.
I mean, I remember playing like Persona 4 on my PS4 for like hours and hours and forgetting to save, and then the power would go out.
Oh.
And then I would lose all desire to play the game for like a week.
Yeah.
Just go curl up in a ball.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go die now. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do now. Oh, yeah, it's
oh my god, I forgot to host us on my own Twitch. Oops.
Oh, I
Hold on.
do that. That's a thing that I can do.
Well, it's like before the whole hate raid thing like really took picked up steam, I could have it set to do it automatically, but now I need to manually do it.
I gotta remember how to do this now.
It's
Also,
like it's under Stream Manager, and you have to have like the little quick action button to do it.
You can actually just go into your chat and do /host and then the channel you want to host.
Don't make me look stupid.
No, like
just
it's
giving
completely
alternate
fine.
options, just different ways to do it. The amount of time I will spend fighting with something and getting so mad, and then literally just send Nicole a message, be like, all right, I give up. How do I do this? She's like, please type this, and it does it. And I'm like, ah! No, you're right. That's so helpful. Thank you.
I appreciate the help, but also we're live.
I'm so mad.
Oh, I am.
Just like, yep.
Twitch is one of those things that like Twitch is telling me I'm live, apparently.
Uh-oh.
How? What?
Because we're live and you're hosting it? Would that be?
I haven't got that far, so I assume that's not it. What's live?
Oh no!
Have I just been live on Twitch for like 2 weeks and not realized?
Well, I hope you made good money off it.
Yeah, really.
What is live? Something says it's live.
What is life?
Oh,
I'm confused. I'm gonna do what I do when I get scared and confused and just close it and not look at it. Here we go. Fixed it.
Got it.
It's all good.
Everything is fine. We nailed it. Thank you, VO by Kurt. VO by Kurt subscribed with Prime. Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, friend. And
So, the funny thing about this, I'm just realizing now, is I haven't pulled out my Velma wig or the glasses. And I may or may not know where they are. Oh well, we'll figure it out.
That's been the thing with my house being in such disrepair and disarray. Like, I know I own these things. They are somewhere in the house. But because so much of my living room is now in my bedroom and in my kitchen, I'm like, couldn't
Yeah.
tell you
The
where
house
it
has
is.
them now.
But yes, they belong to the house now. But also, I'm kind of excited, and I hope it happens. This is the plan. But because my entire living room is under sheets and tented and everything, I made a joke last night to my housemate. I'm basically Mrs. Haversham. And she's like,
Yes.
I have a black dress that looks like a wedding dress. Do you want to do a photo shoot? So I might do a photo shoot in my apartment tonight as
yes.
Mrs.
Do it.
Haversham. So
That is great. I approve
like,
of this message.
I feel like this is making the best of it.
Do you get trick-or-treaters near you? You should like just dress up on Halloween night as well. And every time some kids get close, just slowly push open your front door in full Miss Havisham get up.
Do you have a love, children?
Come inside.
Stay
I don't think I do
forever.
have a love children.
No, I don't have a love of children, that's for sure.
I like children, but I couldn't eat a whole one.
That's a lot. That's just exciting. Oh, Nicole, I love
I mean,
your
I
face.
love baby back ribs.
Oh, it's so good. So
dark creatures.
oh, very much so. This is the spookiness. The house across the way from me goes all out. Like, I can't actually explain to you how all out they go. So our street gets so much traffic because everybody's coming to that house. So yeah, it's good. Although I will not be home for Halloween, so I'm gonna miss that. But I will be trick-or-treating and giving candy out elsewhere.
Do you
I
do
will
like the honor
be
system
at
and just
work.
leave out a bowl of candy?
I could. I think that would probably be okay. I might, or I might just buy it and take it with me and not share. I haven't decided yet.
I will be at work on Halloween, but I am being Mary Sanderson, I want to say, in Millvale on the 30th.
Ooh.
For some festival that a coffee shop hyped up a bunch and didn't plan out ahead of time.
Oh no.
No, it's a good thing because I didn't realize it was a festival when I agreed to it.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that might be a lot of money.
That's
Well, I'm
exciting
excited.
though.
Yeah.
Yay.
Also, I'm trying to get the Mary Sanderson Monopoly going before Hocus Pocus 2 comes out next year.
Huh.
Because everybody and their mom's going to try to fight over it.
Oh yes. Which I'm struggling with number 2 coming out.
So I do not care if it is a shitty cash grab. They got the cast.
That's fair. Nope, you know what? Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
it could be a terrible movie. It has Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, and Bette Midler in it.
No. Sorry. That's breaking things.
So I'm at peace with it.
Yeah.
It
That
could,
is very
we
fair.
could just consider it a shitty reunion special.
Which honestly, if you branded it as just a reunion, so like you knew that going in, I'd probably enjoy it even more.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, if friends can do it.
seriously.
And theirs wasn't even like a fun reunion special.
Oh,
I didn't actually watch it, so I can't
I
speak to
didn't
that.
either, but I don't like that if you're gonna do a reunion special, have it be like an episode of the show, not just the cast sitting there being like, remember how you don't remember anything?
oh. Yeah, no, that's not.
Remember the good times? Nope.
Nope.
It's like, no, my name's Matthew Perry. I was going through addiction at the time.
Oh, that's too real and not funny.
Exactly.
Again, you could do a great like interview series and stuff and cover those very like heavy things, but like,
But the heavy things are what brings ratings, unfortunately, because everybody, like, as a giant weeaboo who loves melodrama in their anime, I understand. But I was just like, that's not what I was looking for from it.
yeah.
Nobody was really watching Friends for that kind of content.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Oh my gosh, I missed a whole bunch in chat. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Just
so
because I went on a rant about the Friends
You're good.
reunion.
like I literally Lost Limey told me to save my work and then I did not pay attention to much else afterwards. Also, Guardian Randy says, yeah, even losing 5 to 10 minutes of digital art is heartbreaking. You are completely correct. It is so heartbreaking.
The flip side of the whole no saving thing in Procreate is last year Procreate had some sort of update issue when iOS updated and their version didn't gel with it properly. And it meant that Procreate wouldn't open on the iPad. Like you just clicked open and it just crashed.
Oh,
I love when programs do that.
Mm-hmm. Which means that like then you have that moment you realize the only way to access your artwork is to open it in Procreate on your app. And so for about a week, I thought I had lost everything I had drawn for the past 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would not have been
some
okay.
of which was backed up on other drives and stuff, but like I had the data saved, but I still couldn't open it in Procreate in order to know if it was there or corrupted or gone or whatever. Like I had to reboot my entire iPad. I tried everything and I just sort of sat. I think I just sort of I mentally checked out for like a week. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just put my iPad down for a week and do other things and pretend this isn't happening until it either resolves itself or I have to confront it. And eventually it resolved itself. So thank God for that. Because that would have been rough. But now I have automatic backups on my cloud sort of to back everything up so that if my iPad ever goes completely tits up. And I export files in other formats, like I export them from Procreate as Procreate files, because otherwise it's just raw app data and you can't open it in another app. You can only open it on your iPad. But if you, so that's my pro tip for Procreate users is periodically export your work as Procreate files, even if you export it to your iPad, like to the files document sort of section or whatever. It's worth doing because if something goes wrong with Procreate, everything is stored in that app as app data, and you can save the app data. But until you can open up Procreate on your iPad again, you can't like open it. Like you can send somebody a Photoshop file, they can open up Photoshop. You can't send them the raw data and have them open up that artwork on their iPad.
Oh
so
my gosh.
That's the one, like, there's a lot of trust going on.
Yeah, which I don't naturally have for my digital art programs.
Oh, no.
I have big old trust issues with my art programs.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, that was a nightmare. I definitely did some hyperventilating that week.
Oh
but
my gosh.
It was fine in the end.
Oh, but I feel like that's one, again, like if you try to explain that to somebody who hasn't ever worked in digital art programs, you're like, I can't express to you like what this means. and like
Yeah.
why I'm freaking out so much.
I
This
lost some
art
weight that
program
week.
has ruined my life,
Yes. I
and
will
I
not
still
be
choose
okay
to use it.
for a while.
Oh, I know. It's like a toxic relationship you can't walk away from, isn't it? wish
Photoshop has been, and a lot of digital art programs, literally the most toxic relationships I've ever been in.
I really should learn more traditional art techniques so that if I ever
Or at
build
least
up
learn
the
how to
strength
communicate with your digital art program.
yes, maybe go to therapy with it.
Yeah.
Just gotta talk
Try and
about our
consider
feelings.
its point of view.
It's like I don't believe in heteronormative relationships with my digital art programs.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes you have to branch out.
I was gonna say I'm very, very open with my my digital art relationships. I'm very open. Oh goodness.
There's a joke somewhere in there about poly and polygons and pixels or something, but I haven't had enough caffeine to figure it out. That's my challenge for the chat. Away you go.
Yeah.
Figure out the joke that sort of floated around in the middle of that.
Okay. Oh, so also Sonata Mag, throwing it out. We have 9 days till NaNoWriMo, which I don't understand how y'all do that. I know that I have participated in Inktober, and that might seem bonkers, but NaNoWriMo just is sorcery to me. So absolute kudos to any of you lovely people taking part in that. Also, if you are looking for friends to keep you accountable, people to help you out, hit up Sonata Meg, because I know her and Lost Limey are doing NaNoWriMo stuff, and they have an amazing community of which they are supporting. And they were so sweet, and they invited me, and I was like, I can't word. I don't word, but thank you. I'll watch.
I had to put on my resume that I could use Word.
I like that that's still a thing. And Lost Limey said, before Word had autosave, I lost 2,500 words of my first NaNoWriMo project. Not quite the same as digital art, but still a pretty devastating loss that day. No, that's on par.
That's bad.
That's a lot of words.
Not great.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
That's so many words.
So many words.
2,500.
That was at least a decade ago, and I still remember. Oh yeah, no, that stuff stays with you. Like that's a scar on your heart that you don't let go of.
Unrelated, and then we can get back to that. Speaking of toxic relationships,
oh goody.
I bought. So I'm using mostly new products that I've never had before, or rather, I've gotten since the last time I've gotten to grace this Doodle Crew stream, and I've found a very much. I love Morphe products. They're so great. They're affordable. But a certain palette that is made by a certain, or rather, is a partnership with a certain person who I hate, was on sale. So I bought it, and I'm upset at how good of a palette it is.
Oh no!
And it is the James Charles palette.
I suspected. I had a suspicion that might be
it. It is a wonderful, wonderful palette, unfortunately.
I don't know who James Charles is. I'm super out of touch.
Oh, it's a thing.
I was gonna say, like, problematic internet celebrity rose to pop culture celebrity.
Oh,
yeah.
Love those.
Yeah.
Which, by the way he gained his virality was fake.
Hooray!
Yay!
How?
Lies and deceit.
How can you fake?
Well, okay. The story was like he was in high school because he's quite young. He's younger than me, which I know is impossible. But he's quite young, and he posted on Twitter. So like I asked our school's photographer back just because I wanted to highlight my highlight with a ring light. Like I wanted to reshoot my high school photos with a ring light so I could make this highlight pop. Turns out that didn't actually happen. Like it was just some other photo shoot he was doing, but everyone was like, yeah, slay, oh my gosh, he's so like fabulous. But like it wasn't even real. I don't know.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think too, with him being relatively young, for a while was being held up as a role model for, again,
Yep.
non-traditional high school. You know, boys wearing great makeup and all of this, and yay! And as always, you run the risk of elevating someone who is human up to that level, and
I don't
flaws
feel like
and
we
all.
should have children as role models.
I was gonna say, I just feel like we shouldn't elevate children, regardless of whether or not they're prodigies at what they do.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Because
that's a
there's
slippery
still that
slope.
growth that needs to happen from age.
Yeah. And also, I feel like you should be allowed to make mistakes in a private setting, like not in front of the whole world, because you're a kid and you're going to make mistakes and you will probably learn and grow from it. But if you do it in the public eye, it's much, much more difficult. So, yeah. But those are also, so going back to you actually getting the palette, like, I wonder if you can figure out, like, which manufacturer they used and be like, who else do they manufacture makeup for? Like,
I mean, I'm assuming all of the Morphe palettes are exactly the same formula. I would hope.
There was some controversy around that.
Was there?
Yeah.
Spill the tea, Nicole. You seem to have the insight on all this, and I know nothing.
Listen, I watch a lot of like YouTube drama stuff. I'm not proud of it, but it is what I do in my spare time.
You're a person on the inside.
Yes.
Keep us in the know.
Kind of. I don't know, like the whole Morphe Babes thing where everyone was sharing their referral code and not disclosing it sometimes. It was shady, but then also like I think they rebooted one of their palettes that was like really popular, but they decreased the quality,
Ooh.
which kind of sucked, you know. I don't know. Weird company.
Are they international, I'm assuming?
No, I think they're American.
American. What? One of our companies being shady and weird? That's so strange.
Never.
That never happens. We're so good at all this.
Unions.
Hooray!
I'm still getting used to American employers and work and businesses and how all that works. It still blows my mind.
I've done it my whole working life and I still don't understand. So I wish you the best of luck because I don't get it.
I spend a lot of my day, like the company my wife works for is awful. And she tells me, like, I get like updates on the latest shitty thing they've done. And I'm like, how can they do that? I can't, like, is that even legal? And yes, it is because of America. And I'm just sort of incensed and I don't know how to deal with it because the British love their workers' rights, which is hilarious considering they just left the European Union that provided them. But
Funny how that works.
we're all, as a nation, we're all very much like, I know my rights. I'm entitled to so many minutes of break time and I'm entitled to this.
I know my rights and that's why I'm giving them away.
Yeah. So it's sort of, I'm used to working in an environment where everybody sort of walks the halls of the workspace being like, don't forget, they can't make you do this and you have this right to do that, blah, blah, blah. If your manager says such and such, you could say this, quote back to them, this worker's right, blah, blah, blah. And whatever it is, I'm just sort of, baffled by the lack of
the not
options
that here.
the opposite.
Complete not that. Yeah.
The complete not that, exactly.
Yeah. I will never forget the first time I was reprimanded by a supervisor for talking about the amount of money that I made with a coworker who also worked at that same company. And I'm like, nope, that's not a good thing. That's
That I read something recently that I need to double check, but I think that is actually illegal because there's like even in America that's illegal. That they actually can't prevent you from discussing your pay rates. That there's like some sort of workers act, like the most basic level, they can't prohibit that or punish you for it. And the companies that want to make you believe that that is the case are lying to you, and actually the process of telling you that you can't is against those rules. So
but
down with the system.
Burn it all. Where's Kruggles? She's burned it all down and I love it. Also, hello, Father. Oh, okay. So again. Lost Limey says, I'm with Vic on U.S. employment laws and voted Remain on Brexit.
Yes. Politics.
Come for the spooky prompts, the makeup, and the politics.
Woo!
It's what we do here on Doodle Crew.
Not even local politics, like European politics.
Yeah.
So I might have brought this up on stream in the past. My favorite thing about horror movies recently is on horror movie fan pages that decide to get political, people will be like, horror shouldn't be political, blah, 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 blah. It's like horror movies are intrinsically political.
Yeah.
All of the trends that happen in horror and in media in general are a direct result of politics happening in our current day and age.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
just because they're
weird...
dressed up and burnt and look like pepperoni pizza does not mean it is not about what is currently happening in the government and politics.
Yeah, you can't tell me that the Purge movies weren't at least a little bit inspired by politics. You can't tell me that.
Oh yeah, that's not political at all.
That's not political at all.
That's just fiction.
It's just good storytelling.
It didn't happen on January 6th at all. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Talking crazy talk, trying to confuse you. Oh, Lord.
just the silence and breathing after.
As I just slowly process, and I had a moment where I was like, you know what? I really like this cat. That was my like can't handle the reality of the situation. Where I'm like, I like cats.
Cats are great. Tra-la-la. Life is a horror movie.
Well, again, I always feel like coming back to when people are like, you didn't understand the zombie movie and blah, 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 blah. Like the zombies are the bad guys. I was like, no. As much as I don't like horror movies, it's always the humans. I know enough. It's always
humans
the humans.
are always
the
the bad guys in zombie media. Period.
It's never the zombies. It's always the humans.
Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Resident Evil. I can go down the list.
It's always the humans.
It is always the humans
the horror
and or
movies we
greed.
watched along the way. 'Twas beauty that killed the beast. No, pretty sure it was you.
It was beauty that fucked the beast.
And we're back. Full circle.
Full circle. There it is.
Oh gosh. I'm sorry, I'm missing chat again.
Chat's
yes.
just slowly edging away from us.
'Twas Brillig and the slithy Tobes.
Lost Limey says Romero's zombie movies are pretty explicit about being political. There's a reason the climax is at a shopping mall. Yes. Also, Randall coming in with my favorite. If you're playing Doodle Crew Bingo at home, go ahead and mark off the square for repeat jokes if you have that one. On my bingo square, it's called callback, but yes.
You call people back?
No, God, I hate the phone. I hate it. Because the Pixel has the screen call option, if I'm getting a phone call from any number I don't know, I'm like, screen call. Even if it's one I was expecting and the person's like, Yeah. Hi, I'm looking for Emily, and I'm just like, oh no, it's real.
They know my
Phone rings.
name.
Screen call. Hi, it's Mom.
No.
How are you doing?
I've hit the point now where I've erased my incoming voicemail message. I'm like,
Oh.
no, I'd rather you hear the robot.
I don't even like
want
you that much.
because if it's somebody that's looking for me that I don't want looking for me, I would rather them hear the robot.
That's fair.
I don't get a lot of phone calls, fortunately, because most of the people I know are in England. And what's funny, I find, is that the calls that I do get are so stereotypically exactly the kind of junk call. Like every single call is somebody trying to contact me about my car's extended warranty. So it's super entertaining, to be fair, like to pick up the phone sometimes and be like, hello, and some other language sort of rings out through the speaker, or it's something about my car's extended warranty. Or the funnest one is like when I was in the middle of, I am still in the middle of my immigration stuff, but when I was even earlier on in my immigration stuff and I didn't have my social security number yet, it was all the really urgent calls about my social security number. I'm like, yo, I don't have one. So
I
good
know
effort.
you're lying.
That must have
But-
made you feel socially insecure.
So along the same lines, as I recently lost a car and had to get a new car when I was in between, and they would do the robocalls and be like, your car's just under warranty, and I'm like, I bet friggin' not.
Like when you say lost a car,
I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh,
It passed away
it passed away.
tragically.
Yeah. I'm sorry to everyone in chat who has already heard this story multiple times, but I went on vacation, and the day that I left for vacation, my car was parked on the street in front of my house, and a random driver monster truck smashed it and hit the back end, went up on two wheels, and then came down and fully totaled my car.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a whole thing. But coming back from vacation, I then had to find a new car. But yeah, any extended warranty calls I got during that time, and I'm like, ha 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 ha, joke's on you.
Waka waka.
I don't even have a car. Yeah.
Do you do that thing where you're like, ha, I don't even have a car? And then you're like, oh, I don't even have a car.
I don't even have a car.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah, that was when I was like, I was
Well,
laughing. Now I'm crying. Oh. All right, hang on. I have to get a curtain because it is very bright right here, right now.
How do you think I feel? It's like before I get all my colors set up, I look completely washed out because of this bullshit behind me.
Remember when for a second I thought I was going to do more than one prompt today? I might still. Just getting really stuck into Buff Vampire Lady.
I don't think I'm doing eyebrows today. The wig and the glasses will cover it.
I say that to myself every day. Pandemic's made me so lazy. I haven't plugged my eyebrows in like a year.
It's mostly because my eye makeup is so big as it is, and it actually looks pretty decent. So I don't want to ruin it by putting more stuff above it. Like, I have a bad habit of getting super far into my makeup process and then being like, oh, you know what? It'll be great if I add this thing. And then I'm like, oh, why shouldn't I have that?
Opinion time. Should it be black-haired vampire or silver-haired vampire?
Black.
Okay, that's better. I can actually see.
Yeah.
Yes, to Guardian Randy's point, I used to love, because we would talk about this, before Randall actually ever owned a car, he would get the scam message about the warranty. You're just like, no, but you're wrong. You're just wrong. And yes, Lost Limey, it was Tructosaurus. So in a weird positive way, there's security cam footage of it, so I got to see what the crash looked like.
Oh.
But also, so the way I found out about it was I had flown out of where I live, and I was then boarding the next plane out of Detroit to go to LAX, and I'm walking down the aisle of the plane, and my housemate and tenant calls me, and she's like, "Hey, the cops are here. I think someone just hit your car." And I'm like, "Well, I'm about to get in the air for 5 hours. I'll talk to you when I'm in LA." Like, it was such a random.
Yeah, that's not what you
day.
expect.
No, even when they tell you expect the unexpected, like, I have a great imagination and I still can't. I couldn't have.
You have
made
a
this
great
happen.
imagination. You're not psychic.
Yeah, I'm not. It was.
I think there's unexpected and then there's unprecedented.
It's like, wait,
There is
what?
no scenario where you should be preparing yourself for your car to be utterly obliterated while you're on a plane.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
You mean you didn't know that was going to happen?
It's like,
For lack of preparation on your part.
yes. Well, and so that was the thing. Like, again, it's funny now. The biggest thing, and I've said this repeatedly, nobody got hurt. The driver of the car that hit mine was not injured, and nobody was in my car, so nobody was injured. Like, the pieces of plastic and metal were the only things that were destroyed. So that's why I can laugh about it as much as I did. But my big thing was my family, my mom and my sister, were literally 10 minutes away from getting to my apartment to take my car and drive it to park it at their house for the 2 weeks while I was gone. I was just like, again,
For safety.
it was planned. Like, I had a plan.
So you actually did expect the unexpected.
And it still got me. Like, oh, universe, you scallywag.
They were like, bitch, you thought.
Not fast enough. Mhm. Oh, God. Yep.
We snaw.
Yeah. So, again, like, if it
That
had to
sucks.
happen, I would have much rather had it happen, when nobody was around the car than, if my family had been there or anything like that. But yeah, like, I was realizing as I was going through all this stuff, I was like, I didn't even have that car for 2 years. Like, it was still a baby. But Sonata Mag 100% be like, "Hi, excuse me, flight attendant. I'm gonna need vodka.
Right
A lot
now.
of vodka. Just keep it coming." Yeah, my housemate was on the same flight as me, and she's sitting. I'm in the aisle, and she's in the window seat, and she's like watching me. She's like, "What's going on?" I was like, and I'm just laughing, like full on Joker madness, laughing because I'm like, I don't even know what to do in this moment. I'm feeling so many feelings that I'm just gonna laugh.
What else do you do?
Nothing.
I was like, "Okay, bye." Turning off my phone and going to sleep for 5 hours. Don't worry, it'll still be there when I wake up.
I approve of this coping mechanism.
So I took a nap. That's what I did.
Seriously sounds like how I deal with problems. So I
All
took
right,
a
let's
nap.
see.
That should be a sticker.
That
Is
shit,
my makeup deep enough to where if I turn on this ring light, it won't wash me out?
Ooh.
Let's find out.
That's not bad.
Okay. I'm like, the batteries in my mirror are dying, so I need to be able to see what I'm doing.
Speaking of random calls, I just got a random phone call.
Is it about your car's extended warranty?
Is it a Randy phone call?
It is not a Randy phone call. Shockingly, they did not leave a message.
I love when they don't leave a message. Although sometimes I love when they leave a message and it's a really obvious scam, like you're gonna get arrested by the IRS.
I'm like,
I'm like,
okay.
for what? And first of all, they wouldn't call me.
Yeah.
Like, just a heads up.
Like,
Welcome
if I
arresting
was going
now.
to be arrested by the IRS, I'm pretty sure they would just show up.
Yeah, I don't think they give you like, is now good? Should we come now? Should we come later?
It's now good. I think there are probably very few perks about working for the IRS, and just showing up unexpectedly to arrest people has got to be one of them.
It's got to be one of them. Yeah, there's.
Like, they just pop up and ruin people's lives, and they're like, this is what makes it all worth it.
These are the days I live for.
Yeah.
Living the dream. Just like I'm living the dream of currently having a jawline.
Yay!
Yay! I do miss my beard though.
Yeah.
I've been growing a beard for the past 2 months because I'm not very capable of growing a beard being a drag queen. I could be a bearded queen. I was hoping to branch into it, but tomorrow being like my big Halloween show, I was like, I'm gonna stick to what I know until the end of the month.
Yeah.
Then
feel like-
branch out in November.
I wish I could grow a beard. I feel like I could rock a beard.
Buy a
Like
lace front beard.
Yeah.
And everything.
It's such a simple answer, but you're right. Because I've used those like face apps where they, you know, gender switch and things. And
Mm-hmm.
aside from looking exactly like my brother, I was like, oh, I think I look
We're
good with
living
a
in the
beard.
dawn. We are living in the dawn of Amazon. You could buy yourself a new pair of tits. You could buy yourself a new butt, a vagina if you so wanted a second one.
Yeah.
Like,
Which really, one is enough. One is already enough trouble.
One
I
is
don't want.
more than sufficient.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day that I wish, like, you know how you can grow out your hair and donate it if you don't want it? Like, you can grow your hair out and cut it. Like, imagine if you could do that for boobs. Like, hey,
Oh my gosh.
I've been growing these for like 20 years. There's a lot of people out there who can't grow their own and would love them. Here you go.
Oh, I would love that.
Wouldn't that
Oh
be
my
great?
gosh. High
would
school
they
only would have
decompose
loved.
after they've been detached from your body, though?
I'm in a sort of like very abstract sort of reality where the other option is that you can take them off at night and hang them up in the cupboard.
Like,
But
I have
actually,
hair like that. I can't show them because Emily will get like demonetized.
Yeah, again, that is our pay-per-view content. Talk to us about
Mhm.
Doodle Crew, and you can see Hebe's boobs. It's going to be my new, my new.
Just make sure they subscribe to my Twitch channel first. I really need subscribers.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, the ability to take my boobs off at the end of the night and hang them up
Mhm.
would be incredible.
See, I have those turtleneck boobs, and I kind of hate them
Mm.
because they
Turtleneck
push
boobs.
everything here forward. It's like it's basically a big latex vest that you slip over
Okay.
your head. But not only is it difficult to get off, you have to make sure you put them on before you put your makeup on.
Yep.
And because they're like in China sizes, it pushes all of the fat from the back of your jawline forward.
Oh, great.
Mm.
So what I really need to get is one of those titty bibs.
I mean, me too, but for different reasons.
Titty bibs might be my new favorite word.
Well, I have news for you. It's 2 words.
Now I've got 2 favorite words.
Such an educational show. I love it.
Really is. Yeah.
Just like envisaging like a Sesame Street style
No,
spelling
it is exactly what you're picturing too. It is a bib that is breasts.
I love that. That's great. Yeah,
Honestly,
like if I could click my fingers and turn my actual real breasts into one of those, I'd be all over it.
Oh, but it'd be true Sesame Street style where it would go like bing and boop, and all of a sudden it'd be this cute little like animated graphic next to you and be like, here you go, kids.
And
here's
Kermit the
Sesame."
Frog would be like, dry out in midair.
I love it so much. I'm excited to put this disclaimer up before I put this on YouTube. And just be like, Jim Henson Company, please don't sue me. We said this with love. So much love.
I feel like if there's any company that's going to be down with it, it's the Jim Henson Company.
Honestly,
not
yeah.
that they're owned by Disney now, though.
Oh, that's true.
Right. I forget that they own everything.
Which I am very pleasantly surprised that Muppet Haunted Mansion was actually decent.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I won't say it's amazing. It's only 45 minutes long. It's not like Muppet Christmas Carol level, but it is good.
Okay.
I
take solid
only
good.
recently started watching the reboot movie they made.
The reboot movie was so good.
I was surprised.
And then they
Like I
dropped the
haven't
ball.
bothered with it.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched the end of it. I'm like 2/3 of the way through it, and then I think we got distracted by something. And
It's like
haven't
I usually
picked it
tune
up,
out
but
around
I was
when he
surprised.
sings A Muppet of a Man.
That is
Um,
literally
but-
where I got to.
But it's a good movie otherwise.
I was like expecting
I'm not
it to
watching
be
this
kind
for
of
you.
bad, but I was like, oh, this is actually really not that terrible.
And Muppets Most Wanted was good too. It's like the issue is Disney doesn't quite know what to do with the property, I think.
Yeah.
And then
I
when they
don't
do
think
come out
Disney
with stuff, it
understands
feels
it.
like it's stuff that they were sitting in an office and like threw a dart at a wall and we're like, okay, we're gonna put a trial amount of money into this, but not the amount of money we should put into it, which is what causes the tepid response.
Yeah. We're going to hold back on the budget, and that will detrimentally affect the quality of the
Even though
production.
the whole thing about the Muppets is that it's so over the top.
Right.
Mhm.
Like that's why it succeeds.
Yeah.
I was watching The Great Muppet Caper the other day, and I was astonished
such
at
a
how
good
well
movie.
that holds up. Like, I grew up watching that movie.
I
But-
don't like the human in the piggy suit though.
That makes me laugh so hard.
Like he's
Like-
just walking away in the rain.
I know. Or like on the motorcycle, or does the diving
Yes!
and the swimming. Like, I think I'm just dying visualizing the behind the scenes of this human being getting into a Miss Piggy suit, and like with the sort of the shoes particularly is it brings me a kind of joy I didn't know I needed. But yeah, all these movies out there trying to claim that they're really like fourth wall breaking. Everybody likes to talk about Deadpool being so fourth wall breaking.
Oh no.
Have you seen the Muppets? They've been doing this since like the 80s.
I meant that they only made like 3 movies where they took over like classic properties. They could have kept that going easily.
Yes.
Between Muppet Treasure Island, Muppet Christmas Carol, admittedly Muppet Wizard of Oz was like a made-for-TV thing. I still loved it. Like I think Ashanti as Dorothy is the funniest fucking concept.
I would have loved to seen like a Muppet Pride and Prejudice.
Right?
I would have watched the shit out of
man.
that. I will still watch the shit out of that. Let's be real.
It's like I think they need to start bringing back Muppet adaptations of things.
Yeah.
Agree.
Or they need to continue
Muppet
on
War
with
of
the
the
trend that
Worlds.
they're starting of Muppet versions of the rides that they have in the parks. Because Muppet Haunted Mansion was a good way. Because all the rides in the parks have stories behind them too.
Yeah.
I'm very
Apparently-
passionate about Muppets.
I
Apparently,
agree.
they did a novel, Muppet Phantom of the Opera. I did not know that was a thing.
They did?
How do you do a novel of the Muppets? Isn't the whole point that they're puppets?
Maybe like at certain pages, like confetti explodes out of it.
Oh,
You turn the page, you get slapped by a fish.
What?
Oh,
People
baby.
exist outside, bud. This is my dog. Come on, okay? Say hello to the internet.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, baby.
This is Anakin. He's going to show you his butt now, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, my cat
Look
does
face.
that.
it's what
Alright.
the internet likes.
Hi. Come here.
Oh.
He likes to do the guard dog thing, like people had the audacity to exist outside our house. So he's going to bark at them. It's very important.
Sonata says, "Hello, Floof."
He's a very aloof floof. He only cares if you have food.
I am much the same. Okay, so let's go back again. There's a whole bunch. Y'all, I'm loving everything that's happening in the chat, and I'm missing so much of it. Oh, I love it.
So for some reason that reminded me, are any of you familiar with Meg Stalter?
No.
Not by name.
I was gonna say it might not be by name. She did the recently viral "Hi Gay, Happy Pride Month" video.
So maybe.
So she did one for Bi Visibility Day where she is dressed up as Elvira, and then she's like, "Hi, Bi, I'm Elvira, Levira." Like she can't say it properly, but it turns out to be like a big ad for McDonald's because it's corporations on Bi Visibility Day.
Okay.
She's like, "I'm not just into eating French fries anymore. I also eat pussy now." And this cold, refreshing drink.
I kind of love that.
I'm opening up my show tomorrow with it.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
That was my tangent. My one allowed tangent.
No, I think literally the theme of every single one of my streams, Doodle Crew included, is tangents. But tangents. It has been some of the most fun artwork that I end up creating from the tangents. So
I'm gonna go and check that there isn't actually somebody outside my house.
Cole, your heart looks great.
Oh, thank you. It's a process.
Yeah, I was gonna say, also super, super detailed.
It's tricky to figure out where I can work so that nothing bleeds into each other.
Yeah.
Oh, another line from it is, well, you can have both today, queer.
Oh. I like it.
And then for my second number, I'm combining, it is, so you know the possession scene from Beetlejuice?
Yes.
How it takes place during dinner?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I decided that I'm going to be doing the dinner scene from Hereditary.
Oh,
but if the possession from Beetlejuice happens instead. So it's just like a lovely stack of bananas. Your sister is dead. Daylight again. You want
Oh, I love it.
Because that's what goes through our minds here at the Stitches Buffet House.
I like it. All right, so I'm in that weird place of I think I like it. I think I like it as is, and I think I should stop messing with it. But I don't want to stop drawing.
But
so I think I might start another one.
Do it.
Yeah. But also like cute little
Real
cancer
cute.
cat. I'm happy with it. Oh. Gotta send some love to my astrological sign.
Do Sagittarius next.
Okay. Step back to Scorpio. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I am full. It sounds so weird to say. I'm full Cancer. Like I've got Cancer's my main sign. Yeah. I was like, there's no good way to say it.
No, there
it's
isn't.
the only sign you can't really like. The only thing I think is I have was it Virgo moon, which makes a lot of sense because like
she
those
is
Virgo
the one. Virgo moon.
See, I'm one of those like terrible lesbians who doesn't understand horoscopes at all, and so I have no idea what any of the like my wife will say stuff like we'll be talking about somebody or to somebody or something, and she'll be like, they're such a Gemini. And I'm like, what does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
From my experience, terrible Geminis are known to be two-faced.
I think that was probably the implication. But yeah, I have no idea. So I'm sort of lost with all of it. I find it interesting to hear people talk about it. And then as soon as the talking about it is done, the information just flitters out of my head.
I'm definitely guilty of I know a lot of information about Cancer and Virgo, and then I literally have nothing else to offer any of the other signs. And I'm just like, nope, that's it. That's all I knew. So. Sonata Meg says, do you like intense emotions and championing injustice? Try Scorpio today. I like it. Oh, we've got a
I know as
Capricorn,
much about my own star sign, which is Aquarius, and apparently that makes me wishy-washy. That's all I know.
I thought Wishy-Washy was a Pokemon.
I mean, I'll take it.
Oh, Randall, I love you so much. Randall says, I'm a Pisces Sun, which means I'm a precious cinnamon roll. But then my Leo moon comes in and brags about how hot the cinnamon roll is. And I love it so much.
That's okay, Randall. I think you're hot.
Mm-hmm. So I enjoy opening your Instagram in front of everybody else and be like, look at my hot friend. Like, that's his butt right there.
I thought it's usually the front.
Well, those I say for myself.
Oh, okay.
Nope, that's not how that works. Okay, get ready, Nicole. You might get to see me struggle again.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yes.
Very Mr. Burns-esque. Excellent.
Just as I planned.
Oh, that's not how this works.
Now I've got that song from that scene in Beetlejuice stuck in my head. Yeah.
Now just picture Toni Collette screaming in grief during it.
Oh. Okay, so as you were saying that, so we talked about this last stream. I will not repeat for everybody, but I am not a horror movie person at all. But I've had enough people talk to me about Hereditary and how it was one of those where that legit was intense to even my horror movie fans. So I'm literally in my brain trying to marry the two concepts of a genuinely scary, intense horror movie with, the energy of Beetlejuice. And I'm just like, there's a lot happening.
So that's the overall vibe I'm trying to go for with my show. I specifically told my queens, I do not want anything gory or Dracula level. I don't want anything like that. I want either self-aware horror movie tropes in a comedic fashion,
Okay.
or think horror movie, but if the Muppets did
it. Which I would really watch, honestly. That's the kind of horror I would go for.
I like spooky thriller-esque horror. I love a good bit of creep as opposed to gratuitous, horrific,
I love all of
gory
it.
stuff.
I
But
love all of it.
yeah, I'm gonna call that down.
All right, what are you doing with the ears here? Have you figured out what you're doing? You have not.
Yeah. Cool.
I still need to watch Midsummer. I refuse to watch it unless it's the director's cut version, and I don't feel like paying for it.
Okay. Do you feel like...
I also don't feel like pirating it.
That's fair. With horror movies specifically, do you feel like the ones when they get run through the studio machine really lose a lot of what the director was going for, or?
It depends. I
Okay.
think when it's something like Midsummer, absolutely.
Okay.
Because those are those horror movies that are very specifically artsy fartsy. The director clearly goes, or I think it's Ari Aster that did it Midsummer.
You could lie to me, I won't know.
I don't know. I just know that a lot of those A24 films are made with a very, very specific tone, and vision in mind, and I feel like if the director doesn't get to show his vision, it's not the proper version.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, there's been some director's cuts of movies that have made the movie worse. So
just because I know, like, again, I can appreciate like the extended cut of Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, because it's a dense book and you had a lot of information, but at the same time, like, I don't always want to watch that. Like, that's a lot. So I don't, dislike just watching the regular version. But I was curious if there was a big difference in the horror movie where you're just like, oh no, it's a totally different movie from one cut to the other.
well, like in the Evil Dead 2013 version, the director's cut is much gorier, has like a whole bunch of like kills or lingering shots in it that were cut out of the original movie. And I feel like for the tone of Evil Dead, that stuff should have been left in.
Okay.
Because that was the specific goal of that movie. It all depends on what the movie itself is trying to present to you.
That's fair. That makes sense. Again, not that I'm ever gonna watch them, but it's interesting. Sonata Mag is asking, who's the drag performer who did Love Song for a Vampire?
I don't know.
That one I don't know.
I don't even know what Love Song for a Vampire is.
Enlighten us, Sonata. Tell us more. Sasha Velour. Okay.
Oh, Sasha Velour. I don't dislike Sasha Velour. It's just, her drag is very artsy. Artsy. Like
I
extra
was gonna
artsy.
say, you said artsy, and I was like, oh, that's artsy and not the good way.
No, it's like she's brilliant, but sometimes I just want to see a drag queen sit on stage to Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles and have like water thrown on her while she plays a cardboard piano.
Okay.
Like that's the type of drag I'm into.
I mean, I kind of want to watch that now, but
I have to be in the right mindset to sit down and watch. Like, I would love to be part of the audience for a Sasha Velour show.
Mm-hmm.
Watching it, like videos of it on the internet, is not the same.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, because I feel like, the couple of times I've gotten to go to actual like live drag, the energy in the room is a part of the experience. Like, it adds so much to it, and there's a level of that isn't captured when you're just watching a video.
I hate when I'm doing my makeup and I lose something that's like was just in my hands.
Yeah. Yes. Especially when I'm working traditionally, and especially with like a bunch of brushes, I'll literally set like the tiny brush down, and I was like, no, it'll be right back, and turn away and then look back, and now it's not on the table anymore.
Gone forever.
Like, but where did you go? There's nowhere to go.
It's like, that's why I'm trying to be better about like putting my brushes back in the thing when I'm done with them. That way I can just grab it again if I need it. But
yep. Once again, it's a whole process. I used to, one of my former partners, I used to drive him crazy when we were at Comic-Cons and I was working on a commission, because I would have so many markers like out on the table in front of me, and like grabbing ones and knocking them over and like filling up the table that was this supposedly nice presentation of my artwork. And he's just like, just put them back in the thing. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And he's like, Emily. And I was like, yes, you're welcome.
I think I need to darken this contour a little bit.
Also, Last Limey, I love that idea of listening to film scores when you're writing. Obviously, again, as I've mentioned multiple times, I don't write because I can't, but I never learned to read. What I would find was really cool is, especially when I was doing comic page layouts, I would try and pick, usually instrumental music just because I didn't want to get stuck on the words, but that matched the mood. So if I was drawing a kind of relatively calm scene, I wouldn't want to listen to something that was like hugely epic because that would subtly influence like how I was laying my page out and it wouldn't match with the vibe I was going for. But then when you were like doing like a battle or a chase or something like that, I'm listening to all like the Batman soundtrack and, Mission Impossible soundtrack and all this. I'm just like, I'm so hyped for this page. So,
I can't relate because I regularly will sit and do my makeup to like fucking J-pop or like intros to anime games.
Oh, anime intros though. Like there are times where I'm just like,
it's just like heavy guitar, bow, 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 and I'm like, eh.
They go so hard.
They go so hard. I was like, I need this level of intensity. Like the Neon Genesis Evangelion. I always say it wrong.
I'm gonna call
that
it
intro.
Evangelion from now on.
Evangelion.
You know that model Linda Evangelion.
Evangelion.
That'd be such a good drag name.
It would.
Linda Evangelion. Instead of Linda Evangelista.
I support it. I like it.
I already have merch with my name on it, or I would do it.
The Gundam Wing, Endless Waltz is great. Was it? Oh, like the intro to Outlaw Star, like bop. It's a friggin' bop. So yeah, anybody in chat, if you need a pick me up, anime intros are where it's at.
Pro tip.
Again, we're here to help.
You should make a Spotify playlist of all your go-to.
Oh, don't get me started with Spotify playlists. Like they start off well intentioned and then they spiral out of control.
I started off one playlist that had a certain aesthetic, and then I just accidentally kept adding everything I liked to that playlist.
So
and now
it's like
hours long, like 200 hours long or something.
That's what my starred playlist is like. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna. This is for all my favorite songs, blah blah blah. But now I'm at the point where I'm just like skipping almost everything that pops up, and I have to tell myself to make a conscious effort to remove the song from the playlist immediately if I feel like I'm going to skip it.
Or just make another playlist.
That's just crazy.
Well, I
Like, that's
need
my
to make
thing,
sure
is
it
I
gets
just don't make a new one.
from the playlist immediately, or else I will never remove it from the playlist.
When I was getting very spicy with my liked songs, because again, I'm that lunatic who also will just play all my liked songs on shuffle, because why not? But I kept repeating the same songs. I was like, there are so many hours of this playlist. Why am I getting the same song?
Because the algorithm thinks you want to listen to the same song over and over.
I mean, fair. And sometimes I do, but all right. I don't know if this is cute or horrific, but I'm going with it.
It's somehow both, and I'm into it.
Good.
Yeah, I was
that.
just gonna say it's both, but I like
That's just
it.
me finishing my makeup. I don't know if this is cute or horrific, but it's on my face, so I guess I'm stuck with it.
Because I saw the cat face first, and I was like, oh, and then I just followed the body, and I was like, ah!
Oh, no. You're welcome, Scorpios. You asked and I delivered.
See,
Hooray!
I'm about to run into a conundrum.
Oh.
Because I lined this with black liner, which means I need to line this with black liner. But that does not mean the amount of liner that's going to come out of this marker is going to be the exact same thickness.
Oh boy. Yeah, see, this is the stuff where I'm just like, I can't. I end up, sometimes my eyeliner gets a lot thicker because I literally cannot match side to side. So
Yep.
I lack precision. All right. Also, this puppy dog werewolf face is the cutest, and I love it so much. The face. I'm just happy. All right, Scorpios in chat. I need your help. Like Cancer was easy because again, it sounds so weird. I'm just gonna go with it.
Oh my god.
Cancer was easy.
Cancer was easy.
Cancer was easy. No, I mean, I got very, very lucky with the cancer that I had, and
Oh
I just
my
have a full
God.
scar from it. But no,
Got a whole lot more real than I was expecting it to.
you're welcome. Yeah, there's I keep wanting to get like a tattoo around the scar I have on my back, but then like just enhance it and tell people it was a shark bite. Because that's a lot more exciting. But Scorpios in chat, talk to me about the color palette, feels, vibes. I need your input on this because I am out of my comfort zone. So Scorpio question, what? Yeah. So obviously when I was working on my last one, it was very much, under the sea and all of that, and my little crab friend. What are we feeling for this one? What kind of
I was just
kitty?
gonna ask a really fucking stupid question and be like, what animal is Scorpio? and then I was like,
clearly, can you not see by the amazing animal I've drawn here?
It's a cat, obviously.
It's a cat. Ooh, black and red. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, so what do we do? All right, this is good. Nope, do that. Black, red, and purple. Oh, purple. Oh, I love that black, red, purple combo. Good.
ooh, I'm feeling this face now.
Yay! Oh, that looks good.
I decided to line the liner with black shadow. That way you can't tell that I messed up.
Secrets.
Also, I'm not the only one who's excited about the drunk werewolf. So, Thrud is
Drunk
also
werewolf.
Drunk werewolf.
Give him my address.
All right, let's get. That looks
Gonna
pretty
use some orange blush.
Thrud is my wife, who is currently out of town, so I've just been left to my own devices for a few
Aw.
days. She's tuning in from Oregon.
Oh my goodness, that's really out of town.
Yeah, visiting family.
I wish my organs were out of town.
I'd get in a lot less trouble if that were the fact.
Yep. But
Ooh, the astrology Bible says deep red, maroon, black, and brown for Scorpio. Also, Lost Limey says, I love it. It would be a lot funnier if the animal was like a beaver or something instead of a scorpion.
I know, like, how could they have gone so predictable?
You gotta subvert those expectations.
I was just gonna say that. Oh, I love it so much. Oh.
Yeah.
I think that's a fun thing about, especially our lovely people. I know He Who Is Steve popped in a little bit earlier. As we are recording this during a work day, like I like that people can pop in, see some of what we're working on, and then leave for a little bit. And when they come back, they get a whole like, oh wow, like, hey, you guys actually did stuff.
Yeah, that progressed.
Either that or it's like, oh my god, you guys got horribly off track.
I mean, we are into season 2 at this point. Y'all, if there's anybody who's coming to this stream and expecting us to stay on target, you are going to be disappointed.
I love Target.
I do love Target.
I don't know if this is a werewolf or if it's just a dog person.
I don't know if this is a werewolf or a werewolf.
Or a howl wolf.
Or a werewolf.
Or an unaware wolf.
It's so cute. Like, I kind of like that difference in facial structure because it's not the traditional werewolf that you see. So I'm digging it.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who are really good at drawing like fursonas, and I cannot. And it's something about particularly dog-shaped sort of creatures.
Dog-shaped people.
Yeah, I just struggle with
That's a
dog-shaped
whole
people.
separate drawing.
Yeah. So like I lean into the thing that I can do, which is a kind of basically a sort of dog, more so than a kind of hybrid human werewolf person.
Yeah.
But
As we were talking about like musculature and that, anytime it comes to fursona stuff, where I'm just like, I already struggle with animal anatomy on its own and human musculature. So you're like, you literally combine the two of them, and I was like, you've made this so much more unattainable for me because I can't even imagine where to start. So
like I just don't know. I don't know. I know that there's like a lot of people out there who are probably looking at my werewolf and being like, it's a dog. It's just a humanoid dog.
It's just a dog. It's just my baby dog.
That's just my baby dog. Also, again, this is how I know TikTok has broken my brain. Like, I just have a constant playlist of all the TikTok songs in my brain constantly now. Like, it just...
I feel like as human beings...
You don't
like,
even want to know how
references.
long my brain has just repeated, you kind of smell like a baka. Like, and I would just walk around the house alone saying it to the cats.
She doesn't judge me, or if she does, she's quiet about it. So that's all I need. I don't care about silent judging. You can silent judge me all you want. Oh, Sonata Mag says, werewolf is going through some stuff. Cheers, Floof. Yeah, I feel that. This is quarantine drunk werewolf.
This is late.
Listen, he's just drinking. It's not like he's eating chocolate.
Oh.
That's period werewolf.
And with this bag. Yeah, Nicole had switched over her TikTok accounts, and I had been sending a few TikToks, and she was so we're chatting through the one she's using now. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and send them all, and I just started sending them. She's like, oh my gosh, and I'm like,
I assault people with TikToks.
So what you're saying is we should be friends.
Oh, I have already thought about it. Before, like, maybe 2 words ago.
As soon as I put this makeup brush down, you are getting a request. Oh, I'll do that. Haha. All right. Okay. Once again, really leaning into my understanding of anatomy. Yeah. But also, I was thinking, like, because I didn't want to give the cat actual, like, pincer claws, I was thinking of drawing those cats that have, like, the thumb paws, which I know they have a specific name, and doing that as,
polydactyls?
Like, yes. You are so ready with that. I was not prepared.
I have cats. I mean, so do you. But
yeah, we talk about different things, apparently.
I discuss polydactyls with my cats.
I feel like there's 2 kinds of cat owners. There's cat owners who understand their cats, and there's cat owners who just somehow have cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very much the latter. Like, oh, look, a cat. It chose me. Here I am.
It chose me.
Yeah.
It lives in my house, and I feed it. Yeah.
So
I've never
I
had
think
my own
face
one,
is
so
done.
Maybe that's why.
I like your little freckles.
Thank you. I can remember if Velma actually had freckles, but I don't care anymore because Velma also doesn't have a white X on her nose.
I think she does. Yeah, she has freckles.
Pretty sure she does.
Yeah.
We've made it canon now anyway.
Yeah. Also, shameless self-promotion, coming up in not too long, we are going to have an episode of Doodle Crew where we have a guest and they bring us artists prompts to draw without reference. So it might be one where you're like, hey, draw Velma, and you have to do it from memory. So get ready for some really incorrect drawings specifically.
Oh my
from
God.
me.
But with freckles.
With freckles.
But with freckles. I'm gonna be floating around. I'm still gonna be on mic. I need to find that wig.
Okay.
Yeah, go forth.
I know where the sweater is. Like, that's not a problem.
That's good.
The best time to wear a Velma sweater is all the time. Well, is this it? No, this is not it. Oh my god, this is a mess.
No. This
Well,
is not it.
so we have like a place where we're supposed to put our wigs, but the table next to my makeup table has devolved into the space where the wigs are getting placed. So it's just this pile of hair.
Now, is it extra complicated because both you and your partner have like your own sets of stuff, or does that actually make it easier?
So wigs, we generally switch back and forth. We have 2 of those rolly things for our drag. Is somebody getting a call?
Ooh, it is. It's me.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was
That's
me.
my bad. That's me.
We'd
I
like to
mentioned
reach
that was
you
a
about your
possibility.
car's extended warranty. Also, I kind of just love the idea of them reaching out through Facebook Messenger and calling and be like, wait, your car, though.
Is it?
Oh.
No, it's too early. Too many wigs. This is it. I can tell. Yep. Because this is a fucking mess. I'm sure I have a brush down here somewhere.
How many legs do these stupid things have? 4 on each. You seriously have 8 legs? No, this one only has 3.
That's a spider.
Yeah.
Oh, scorpions are also arthropods. Never mind.
Oh, you're
Scorpions do
good.
have 8 legs.
Yeah.
All right. Don't worry. I have space. I can add more. It can be just as terrifying. Arachnids. Yeah.
Do I want to be big titty Velma?
Titty bib.
Oh, no. There will be no titty bib. I'm not getting paid to put a titty bib on. Here are these are not the glasses. As I spend the entire last hour of the stream looking for accessories. It's like I've got puppets of cats. I have donkey ears, cat ears.
Also, I love it so much because all of this is happening off camera. And so, like, it's just the most beautiful wealth of information for my imagination.
Oh, yeah. I have like a red horn that I'm not going to blow because I'm on a microphone. I just stopped myself.
First, before you said about the blowing, I was like, a horn. That could be any kind of horn. And
Yep.
like a whole, like,
Oh my
quick
god, I found my
flash
wire earrings I
montage
thought
of-
my ex-roommate stole. Yes, I can be a dangly gay.
Aw.
I'll show them on camera because I'm making sure these stay out so I never lose them again.
Yeah, I also didn't go to like horn the instrument first. I went to like unicorn horn.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was like, Viking horn? Like,
See, Del, that's an excellent idea. If I could do a collection of these, ask me if I have that kind of follow through. I'll give you a hint. The answer is no. Unless you hold me accountable on stream, they will not get done. Also, there's a lot of zodiac signs. There's a lot of them.
there's 12, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so. Right?
I think there's actually 13.
Oh God.
Because
But
I wasn't being
I
snide
don't-
there. I genuinely checking because this is how little
I
know.
don't believe in the 13th one because it means mine changes.
Oh, isn't there the weirdness with like some people read it one way?
Ophiuchus. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. We're sticking to
I'm like,
the-
no, I'm a 100% a Sagitt. And I'm gonna stay that way.
It is a
I
complicated system.
I was wondering about that because for me it's like I'm born on January 20th, so I'm like the last day of Capricorn. At least that's what I've been told.
Mhm.
But then whenever I look it up, or well, in some calendars they're like, no, like you're an Aquarius, and I'm like, no, I'm
Ew.
not.
I
So
I
agree, am not.
refuse.
It
You
makes
can't
sense
make
now.
me.
Yeah, no, my birthday is on the 11th, so I'm
The 11th of what?
July.
Oh, okay.
7-Eleven.
That's
8th of
convenient.
February for me. I've definitely had someone present me with a gift, like a Christmas gift or something that was Pisces themed, and they're like, "Did you know you're actually a Pisces?" I'm like,
They're like, did you know you actually need to get away from me?
Del, you are correct. After this, I will be 1/16 of the way, or 1/6 of the way done, not 1/16. I even messed up the math. Yes.
Oh my goodness, I can't find my glasses. Oh, that's funny.
That was so perfect. That was so... Because it was so genuine. Just like, oh.
you can't make this shit up.
Oh god, that was so good. I'm so happy about it.
Without my glasses.
Randall says, Hebe with the performative acting. You bet.
Very method.
I'm not performing though.
Oh god, that was so good. I'm dead. I'm just dead.
I'm sure you guys are hearing all these fun noises.
Like I said, again, it's fun for the imagination.
Theater of mind.
Yes, thank you. That's the term. I was like, I'll never get there. I will not remember what that is.
Trying to think of where they could be. Are they under all the hair? I wore them for the Tina show.
So good.
What bag did I use for the Tina
You
show?
could make a podcast just out of looking for stuff, but without any kind of visual cues, just the recording of your voice.
I would listen.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Be
So
great.
that means they're somewhere around here.
Come with me on the adventure as I look for. What are we looking for today?
I just almost lost my wig a second time because I put it in the pile of wigs.
Oh, don't do that. That's where they go to disappear.
I know. Yeah, it's like I wore them for the Tina show.
This is the
So they should
wonkiest
theoretically. Oh, here's the case for them.
Oh no, now you're actually like a legit glasses owner. You're like, why would I put them in the case when I could just set them down randomly somewhere?
Do glasses
Okay, I'm the-
places still even give you glasses in the cases anymore? Or do they just sort of hand them to you?
I found them.
Ooh, but
There's no
Some-
butt.
oh, okay. I was gonna say that was a very sounded like there was about to be a but. So
The-
I'll say
so they weren't where they should be.
I order mine from Zenny. Shameless plug because I love them. So
I
they-
also order mine from Zenny.
yes, they send them in a case, but I don't know about.
I
Actually-
don't trust their case.
Oh yeah, again, I'm terrible with my glasses and I never put them in the case. So here are
It's
my
like I
glasses
specifically
sitting next
bought
to.
a case for my glasses because due to the pandemic, I no longer like wearing my glasses at work because I have to constantly wear a mask.
Yep.
So I
Well-
just wear contacts.
Yeah. See, that's I haven't gotten to that point yet, and I don't know if I'm going to. So I've gone through a few different glasses because some work better with the mask than others. And honestly, the reason I ordered these new ones is because the pair that I have to wear primarily, oh baby, would fall down with the mask. Hi, milkshake.
That is Milkshake and my partner.
Hello.
Howdy, partner. You missed it. I was having trouble finding my glasses, and then I laughed about it because I'm dressing up as Velma.
Oh, did you want to see Milkshake too? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're right
Milkshake
there.
left. Yes, thank you. Yes, you put your tail right in my mouth. Say hello.
I found these too.
Say hello.
Yeah, I'll be right back 1 second.
Where's my other boob?
Same. Hi. What do you think?
My other boob is bright orange. How could I have lost it?
Oh, also, while you're looking, Sonata Meg would like to know, Hebe, how do you store your wigs? Don't cringe, but I vacuum my
Not
cosplay
well.
wigs. And, well, I was gonna say they vacuum their wigs in cosplay Ziploc bags. So,
That's actually not a bad way to store wigs. Provided you're not worried about losing the style. If I know I'm wearing a wig for a show, I will pull it out and put it on a head for a bit. The problem being we have too many wigs and not enough heads. So we usually just shove them all in a big tub.
I would also worry because I am a terrible sweater that I would need to make sure that my wig was dry before I put it in the bag or gross.
Oh, there is no such thing as a dry wig.
Ugh.
As a
Hi.
drag queen, at least.
Hi. You're being quite cute right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi. You're always cute. I got a cold nose.
And the fun part about this is I'm going to be basically spending my day as Velma for the rest of the day because I'm planning on streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
But I'm basically Tu Wong Fuing my day. So I am a drag queen living as a transgendered Velma today.
Aw. Love, Judy Newmar.
Okay. Got my sweater on. Gotta put on my woog. My wog.
Oh, wag. There's my thing.
All
right.
that I'm probably gonna have to clean up on stream because I need a mirror.
What time are you going live?
I don't know.
Okay. So I am dropping Hebe's Twitch in chat. If you have not already followed, pop over there and follow so you get the notification.
I don't know what I'm gonna be playing, so this is gonna be a ride for all of us.
Yay! Yeah, I'm very lucky. Vera has been quite the little snuggle bug as of late, and I'm here for all of it. So, although my girl is thick and weighs about 10 pounds, so when she wants to do this and wants me to hold her, my arms get tired. Look at you! I'm both boobs.
Transformation. I must admit,
Yes,
I came back
I'm
just now
wearing
and
shorts,
the
ignore
cat's across your neck, and I thought for a second you had put on some sort of fur coat.
No.
I was like, that's quite extra for a Friday morning.
Yep.
Or Friday afternoon at this point because
Furs, darling.
time
furs.
passing.
I would never.
I do need to wash and restyle this wig though. Because she's had it.
So, how do you wash your wigs? I'm asking very.
I
basic
don't.
questions. Okay. If you were to, how would you do it?
So you would boil it in hot water with fabric softener.
Oh.
For a synthetic wig, at least.
But I have to imagine. I mean, the real hair wigs have to be crazy expensive.
That's why I don't know any.
Yeah.
Also, human hair is a bitch to work with.
This is all good to know for when I get my beard.
Like synthetic, you can kind of just do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's like a heat-resistant synthetic and all that. I don't like this part.
Yeah, because I've seen people who actually they'll obviously use their curling irons or their straighteners on it, and I was like, oh.
You can if it's like very, very low heat and the wig that you're using is heat resistant.
Yeah. Hi. What do you think?
Me fighting at my normal wig.
Does it look like a kitty? see, I need you to switch over to the other side because this is my drawing arm, and I can't draw if I'm holding you.
Why not?
Mom, come on.
Get good.
New art challenge. Ambidextrous.
Seriously. Yeah, no, Vera is very much team get good, Mom. Constantly fail.
There you go, I think.
Oh, I love
Thank
it.
Maybe if I whip my hair a little
Awesome.
bit. There we go.
Also, I try so hard to get those little like spiral curl things. No, I am terrible at it. I cannot.
If you buy a wig, they usually come this way.
Yeah, but I want it on
So-
my hair head, like my regular hair.
Why?
Like
It's less
actual
work to put on a
ringlets?
wig.
That's true. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Oh, Sonata Meg coming in with the life hacks. I got a sling for goblins so I can get my hands back when I'm doing stuff.
I
should
want
get
one of
a-
those hoodies that has the cat pocket.
Yeah, get you little baby Bjorn. Yeah. I have been feeling wigs lately. Like I want to have some crazy hair colors. But again, time and actual like effort into that. It needs to not just be a random like Party City wig. I want an actual like a little bit nicer wig.
So if you don't want to break the bank, I highly recommend Lushy wigs on Amazon.
Okay.
They have good lace fronts that are a decent quality, and they're usually not too much more expensive than $50.
That's not bad, honestly.
Most of my wigs are from them. I've only gotten one wig I would deem bad from
Okay.
them. Otherwise, I also recommend Charisma wigs. And yeah, it's like you basically have to know what seller to get them from.
So I go to people who know a lot more than I do.
I look like a secretary, which means I did my job.
Yeah, but you're the secretary who like knows all the shit. Like you have the inside scoop on everything happening. Oh, alias.
But not where my glasses are.
No.
Gives
Somehow
you a
that-
reason to wander around the office and
Yeah.
keep appraised of
Also,
everything.
to answer Dell, because I missed it in the chat, I do have Alan Wake, and I've played the first 2 chapters on stream, mutable as a VOD on my channel.
Woo woo.
Ooh, I have a missed call.
Is it about your car's extended warranty?
And it's a voicemail. And, ooh. Oh, I might be showing up to work as well, Bo. Okay, I will be right back. I have to call them back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No problems. Hi, little purr box. You're being quite cute over there. Yeah. Hi. Hi.
That human heart looks amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank
cool.
you.
Like I can't believe you just sat down and painted that. That is wild.
Thanks. I think this might actually be my biggest watercolor piece yet, which says a lot
Yeah.
about what I do.
It's a lot of heart. Oh,
Ah.
sorry, I'll spit myself out.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Oh, by the way, Vic, I kind of hoped you would roll Drunk Mushroom.
I- you know-
that would be so funny.
I almost did Drunk Mushroom because it just sounded too funny. And if I might just leave the line art of this and color it later or something so that I can quickly whip up a drunk mushroom because
Yes, I
seems very
fully
funny
support
to me.
this.
I would like to see this, please.
Yes, Guardian Randy saying Nicole is a painting beast. 100%.
Thank you.
Hundo P.
Mad respect. I cannot paint for shit. Like every now and then, every few years, I decide to give painting another go, and I go out and get some brushes and some paints, and I sit down and I remind myself in no uncertain terms that I cannot paint, and then I give up again for a few more years. So mad respect.
Yeah, I've learned to accept that it's gonna look shit for 90% of the time until it starts looking good. And you just kind of have to trust it.
What are you eating?
I have
Which,
no trust left to give.
Yeah, especially with watercolor, because they are, I mean, again, as we've literally spent the last 2 hours drawing, like, it's not like any of this isn't time consuming, but there's something about watercolor where I'm just like, I put all of this time in and it looks like garbage. Like,
Yeah.
what have I done?
because you need layers to make it look
Layers,
good,
I
which
know.
is a fact I refuse to accept.
No, I'm like, it looks shit immediately. That's it. I can't do it. I give up.
Yep.
Stop eating plastic.
Also, it's all the waiting around of,
Yep.
stuff to dry and then.
Drunk mushroom. All right, let's go.
Drunk mushroom. So I feel like that'd be a really good band name.
Maybe I can do a slightly more cheerful drunk than this werewolf.
Werewolf's just going through some
Having a
shit.
day.
Yeah. He's having a day. I feel like that's I'm having a week at that point.
Yeah. I think this is a pandemic werewolf.
Very much so.
Let's think.
A mushroom cap could look like a lampshade.
The people being drunk and wearing lampshades, which is never a thing I've personally experienced, but
Right?
was so popular, like so ubiquitous in media. And I'm like, is this really a thing? Do people really wear lampshades?
I have no idea how that became a trope.
I feel like there's different versions of being drunk though, because there's sad drunk, which is definitely what I have ended up going with for this poor werewolf. And then there's like the very hyper specific things that people do when they're drunk. And I think that that's sort of relevant to, like, if you were to imagine a drunk person, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
So I'm imagining like the really goofy, like they're leaned back and they're doing that weird thing where like you're not sure how they're still balancing and dancing, but they're not falling down. Like that's my like, and there's little like bubbles all around them. That's
so
how
wholesome.
See, when I think of drunk people, I think of the Botched Boys, so a lot less wholesome. So just like swearing and making inappropriate jokes and
the other end of the spectrum.
When I think of drunk people, I'm specifically picturing a British street of drunk people on a Saturday night with pints in hands singing like, hey, because that is my experience.
Randall, you're a sassy sober too. Like you are consistent. Oh yeah. Sonata Mag brought up the drunk woman from Breakfast at Tiffany's where she's laughing at herself in the mirror that they cut away, then cut back and she's bawling to herself. Yeah, it's a roller
Did my
coaster.
camera disappear?
Oh, you're good.
You're good.
So looks like I am showing up to work as Velma to put in my notice.
Yay!
Yay!
I love it so much.
Wah, wah. I can't think of a better way this could have happened.
Than live on the internet.
Yes.
I'm probably still going to wear pants.
Okay, that's fair.
I need to get them to let me into the hospital. So...
The way you phrased that made it sound like like it's a trick or something.
The way you phrased that was amazing.
It's just like I don't want to show up in like a skirt and all that. the hospital.
Nope, 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 nope.
Oh my goodness. This is funny. This is my life.
Oh.
Well, let me check when the next bus is because that'll tell me when I'm leaving.
Yeah, I can also give us, we'll say maybe like a 10-minute warning, 10, 15 minutes.
I am probably gonna get ready now because it says the next
Yeah.
bus is in 15 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
So, thank you for having me. I'm Velma.
Thank you so much for joining us again. We love it. Also, like I said, people follow Hebe the Fae, cross the internet. Do the thing.
Yes, I have Twitch. I have Instagram. I have so I've become very, very partial to Twitter lately. I am shutting down my Facebook fan page because I don't use it. And
Fair.
yeah. Make sure you follow me on Twitch though. Now that I have this new job, I will be streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with Friday being drag streams.
Yay! That's super
Nice.
exciting.
Yeah, so basically, long story short, my schedule is shifting from working noon to 8:30 every day to 7 to 3. So
Oh,
I'm going to be able
nice.
to get my life back.
Yay! That's wonderful.
All right.
That's really
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you so much.
Mwah. Bye.
It's been lovely to meet
Bye.
you. Bye.
Yay.
Good news stream.
Heck yeah. I like that. Also, again, what a flex to be able to go to your job and put in your 2 weeks notice in fabulous drag. Like, I love every bit of that.
I'm loving the mushroom.
Oh, Evelyn. Oh
I'm
my
having
god! Guardian Randy, heck yeah, it's a drunk mushroom. Oh, I love it so much. I love it. Oh, Sonata Mag says, I just saw Vic change the angle of perspective on their drawing, and what?
Did I? I don't even notice.
Yeah, I love that when somebody will ask a question, you're like, oh my gosh, how'd you do the thing? I'm like, I don't know. What did I do? What did I just do?
I'm sorry. I don't remember which bit I changed the perspective on. I think sometimes this is me correcting a perspective thing. Like I start off like the faint outline of a thing with a certain perspective, and then in the middle of drawing it, I'm like, nah, I like this perspective better. And then go back and fix the things that don't work with that angle anymore, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, so Sonata, I at least know for me, for what I do, what I like and what helps me sometimes, especially if I'm trying to mess with the perspective on it, like I work a lot with like cubes because they're a very easy thing to draw in 3D space. So if I want to have like a person's head like facing up, I will kind of put that cube in there, or if I want to have them, you know, facing down, I'll do it like that.
It's a real fun way to do it.
Yeah,
Like
because
little-
perspective challenges me greatly.
Do you ever
so
just draw box people? Like little, like cardboard box people?
Oh,
Because I get distracted and do that. That's what I do.
look at they got little flaps and they're flying.
Yeah.
I want that
That's
as a sticker
adorable.
now.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I kind of love them.
Special delivery.
I didn't think. Oh, writing it down.
Love it.
Oh, cute little.
Do you know, I've just now remembered that I took up Sticker Mule's latest offer of like the t-shirt for like $9 or something, and I just bought one and I hadn't actually come up with artwork for it yet. I might put this mushroom on it.
Yes. Yes, I love it. So, sorry, before I got completely distracted by my cute little box people now. I also really like this, especially for humans. So if you've got like your person, I love it for the rib cage and the shoulders, and then also for the hips if I'm having trouble figuring out how to like move and position real bow-legged. Like this part, moving that, so you have like this is like the top of the shoulder and then the neck, and this is the chest. Like having those.
Can you move your video over a little? I think you're kind of blocking it with it.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Well, that again, these are things that just help me personally when I'm struggling with the perspective, and then I'll kind of, they look like little weird robots sometimes, but that's how I'll move those simplistic shapes around, because that's a lot easier to draw and erase if it's not good. And again, like I said, Nicole can attest to me literally drawing and erasing this pose that I worked on last week because I was just like, it's not right. So
I've got a little what's it called? Dan board, I think it's called. Like one of those little figurines that's like a little character made up of the Amazon boxes. That's like this big, and it's got little light up eyes, and its arms are just, it's the cutest thing. I will find a link. Or you can just Google Dan board. Yeah, just Google Dan board, you'll see it. But that's immediately what I was thinking of when you started drawing that.
Oh, I love him.
So cute. Like it doesn't have elbows, so it's just like
That's so cute. Also, Sonata Meg says Def would buy mushroom stickers / shirt merch. So, yeah.
I like I have to do that now.
I love him. Like, he's so happy.
He's like, woo! Yeah!
Hey, welcome, Simkin. I am also boosted. I got boosted yesterday. I got my lift kit and everything. Although my my cell service has not, cell reception has not increased at all, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah, these hotspots just suck.
It's no
I
good.
want my money back. Even though I paid nothing for it.
Really? Like, come on.
This mushroom is reminding me a lot of the random teabag character I drew one time. Just like teabag walking around with feet and stuff. It's got similar vibes.
I like it. Also, that's such fun. Like, for us, it was always in school for animation, it was always the flour sack. Like, it's just so fun to play with as a shape. Sonata Meg, I am drunk mushroom. Karaoke goblin. Chaos goblin. I love it. I am the drunk mushroom. Alright, so what if we do? Legs. So many legs. Definitely not working as fast on this one. And I'm noticing, I'm like, oh, we're getting to end time and I'm not done. That's okay.
You've got plenty of time to finish it. In theory.
In theory. Yes.
Yeah, it's not like you have anything else to do. Right?
Actually, I mean, today, not really. I do have to do some laundry because I have to work tomorrow, but
laundry is a passive thing.
It is, which is awesome. I love that I can stack my actions while I'm doing that.
I'm going to be drawing nonstop for the rest of the weekend because I have been sort of putting off the work that I did need to get done this week.
Oh.
So I took my weekend in the week.
Nope, that's fair. I have a couple of little changes I need to make for one commission and then send that in, and then I'm debating like what thing to work on. There's plenty of things to work on, but I got to figure out which which thing gets the time.
Mhm. I'm doing because I started doing comics for D&D Beyond, the D&D gaming platform thing, and it's every week. So as soon as I've sort of got the idea and finished one, time passes and suddenly I need to do the next one, and I'm just like, oh, this is actually quite a commitment.
Yeah, weekly is a lot. Like, I don't always understand how like the daily comic strip artists could keep up with that schedule, because I'm like, there's no way.
I think daily comic artists, you either have your format down and it's simple that you can churn it out, or that's your job to do full time. Yeah, I'm not. I always end up putting more detail into it than I ought to, and it takes a while as a result. But yeah, I'm still sort of figuring out the rhythm to avoid the scenario where I'm finishing the thing on Sunday night that goes out on Monday, and then I kind of go whew for a few days, and suddenly I'm like, wait, I need to do the next one.
Wait, no, you can't breathe. You have to keep going.
Yeah. Fast forward to Sunday night where I'm finishing it off, going, whoo.
Yep.
I had to take a break for a day or two. Yeah. Basically, time management. That's the takeaway that I struggle with.
It's so hard, though. It really, really is.
Do you know what they should teach you in school is how to manage your time?
Yes.
Algebra.
I also feel like, again, there was always this assumption with not assumption, with some teachers, there was the, you need to spend this much time on my homework. And then the counter to that is, yeah, but I have 4 other classes that also are assigning me this. And like, there was that disconnect where then you're just like, yes, but you still need to spend the time on mine. I was like, oh, okay, but like, there's not enough hours in the day. Yeah.
Spend any time on any of your shit. Yeah. I'm also going through this really awesome point in my life, and I don't know if this is something about being in the 30s. Feel free to comment and tell me, anybody, if this is the truth, or if it's just a me thing, or because we're living through pandemic times or something. But I've reached the point where I no longer subscribe to the obligation to function in standard commercial work weeks, or like why should I have to manage my time, and why should I have to work for 8 hours a day, and it's all arbitrary and pointless, and I'm eat the rich.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, does that happen to everybody? Do you just get to something, sort of get to your 30s and start being like, do you know what, this is stupid?
Why would we do this?
Yeah.
Well, and I definitely know what I struggle along with that is because I so frequently will work weekends at the winery, and especially this past weekend, we were slammed and we were so busy. And so I got to Monday and I was getting all these emails and everything because it is the traditional work week for people. And I was like, no, F this. This is my day off. Like, I get that you want to get a hold of me, but I need a time off because I don't work a normal schedule. And yeah, I get real spicy about it. And I was like, I should be like, I know it's Monday and that's not a day off for people, but I'm not going to answer my phone right now. Because no,
unavailable.
Can't have me all the time.
Yeah, like the last, I think when I did the interview with you for the channel, at that point, one of the questions was, are you working creatively, like doing art for a living? And at the time I wasn't. And right now I am, which is really fun. But also it's made me sort of enter into this space where I'm like, why shouldn't I do art for a living? And why shouldn't that have value as a creative thing? And while I'm on the subject, as I'm managing my time like this, why shouldn't I just sort of dictate my own working schedule and like end up basically on a liberation of working practices kind of mindset?
Well, and to your point, along with working in a pandemic, I think it's also the work from home thing where unless I have to be on a specific client call at a specific time, why does it matter if I get my, so even if I wasn't working in design, like if I get my spreadsheets done at 2 a.m. because I worked, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., why does that matter if I then got them done at noon and you don't need them till the next day anyways? Like,
Yeah.
why does it matter?
Like,
Because that's when I work better.
it's not like covering a shift, like when you turn up to a workplace where your job is to stand and occupy a post for a set period of time, where absolutely I can see why then it matters to have set working hours. But it's so astonishingly arbitrary. Like, why shouldn't I be able to go work in a coffee shop for the day? Or why shouldn't I be able to work anywhere in the world for whatever employer? If I'm remote working, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I think.
Sorry, went off on a tangent there.
Oh, so weird. I feel like the pandemic has helped in that understanding a little bit because, people are seeing that workers are being more productive, but I think there's still such a push to get back to like what we're used to and what's normal. And I was like, that shouldn't be your takeaway, that we just need to get back. Like,
there's a lot of corporate mentality, I think, around office culture and trying to get people to get back to the offices. And mostly, I think it's because they want to sort of babysit their employees that much more. And it creates a culture of like, oh, we don't trust our employees to be working at home. We assume that they're logged in and technically at work, but really they're just, bunking off and not really doing anything with their time or something. But if you're delivering the results, does it matter? Like, are you being paid to man a post, or are you being paid to do the work? Because if you do the work and you do it in the time you've been given to do it, then does it matter?
Nope. Again, well before the pandemic and the before times, I would have a very lengthy discussion with some of my upper management where I was like, because of a coworker who we occupy the same open office space, I get less work done because I'm in the same room as them. They actively cause me to get less done, and I can accomplish so much more in the same amount of time when I am not with them. This should matter to you. This should impact how you address these things.
That said, I also quite enjoy like having other people around while I work and find that motivating. So maybe the answer is to create like an online office space for artists and stuff, much like this, where it's like, hey, let's all just pop in and hang out while we work.
Yep.
But not broadcast it on the internet.
Yes. No, it's having someone else to, if you have a funny thought or something, you can kind of turn to them and be like, hey, this thing, and then go back to working.
Yeah.
Yep.
This thing.
This very strange thing that I have tried. I kind of love it though. Like, it's really growing on me. It's really very weird, but I like it. Also, drunk mushroom is so good. It's so good. Ugh.
I'm enjoying drunk mushroom.
Also, Sonata Mag, you said that so much better than I did. They don't cater to neurodiverse people who are great when they can hyper-focus uninterrupted. That is so true. So part of the reason I left my former job was because I was hired as a designer. When I quit, I left as the production manager, the scheduling manager, the office manager, and the head designer. So I also answered the phones and like talked to people on the phone. So trying to explain to people that if I was focused on a design, the amount of time it took me to get back to what I was doing after being interrupted was astounding. And I actually, unbeknownst to me, I had a coworker tally the number of times I got interrupted during the day. And he was like, you lost 4 hours today of just you being interrupted, you stopping what you were doing to handle other stuff. And I was like, okay, see, that makes me feel better because I get to the end of the day and I'm like, why didn't I get anything done? I was like, you did, just not the things that you wanted to. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, when I could sit down, hyper focus, no interruptions, I could crank out things really fast. Whereas working in the quote unquote traditional office sense, so many interruptions, so much break in concentration that it was infuriating.
I had a very similar scenario with my old job, to the point where I would reach a certain point of the day where I would fortunately be allowed some flexible working there, but I reached the point of the day where I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go home and I'm going to work out the rest of the day from home, and I'm going to turn my email and my phone off. My boss knew my personal number to call me if there was a legit emergency, but apart from that, I was just like, I am unavailable. Assume I'm in a meeting. Assume I'm physically not there. And people would still find ways to contact me and try and bother me with their stuff. So I ended up with a big sign on my desk that just said no. So I'd be like working away, and I could see people coming up in my periphery, and I just hold up the no sign, and they're like, all right, just walk away. Like, just go do your job.
Please go do your job. Please. Yes, Guardian Randy, I know your name. Reminds me of in college when we would just hang out in the cell labs chatting from our light tables. It was exactly that. And it was so much that wonderful feeling that encouraged Doodle Crew to happen, because I was like, I need that. I need other creative people working around me so that I can get that bump of excitement and energy. Oh my gosh. Snada, I wish I had a door that I could have locked. I did not, but I would have.
I've definitely felt the lack of that creative environment with the pandemic stuff, and because I used to rely on periodically going to comic conventions for that.
Yep.
Like the sort of inspiration injection from going and being around a load of other creative arty people. But I haven't done that now in a couple of years, and I'm suffering.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to coffee shops, and I'm tempted now to start like taking a sign that just sort of says, ask me about my comic while I'm drawing in a coffee shop, so that I can try and replace some of that vibe of talking to people about work and getting sort of hyped up about it and inspired and stuff.
Yep. No, I think that's why, honestly, I was so extra excited for Dragon Con, because it was the first time in 18 months where I'd had the chance to actually be, not even set up a table and selling, just around a whole bunch of my creative peers and get that bump of excitement and do a panel and talk to people and go to panels and watch my friends be great. I was like, oh, I've needed this so much.
Yeah, I big time miss it.
I feel you. But at the same time, you know, it was weird to wear a mask all the time, but it was really nice to come home from a convention and not have con crud of any variety. Like, I was like, oh, I wasn't sick for a month afterwards. That was kind of cool. Okay. All right. We're learning. Oh, yes. To call back to something Sonata Mag said, very much capitalism insisting that micromanaging people is key, and it's not.
It's so, like, there are studies that prove not just that it's shitty and dehumanizing, but also that it's utterly inefficient. It's a bad way to run your business. It's not good. I know some people kind of accidentally do it and can't help themselves, but so many companies have it as their whole policy for how they run their business, and it's just baffling to me. But then you get that understanding that actually at a certain level the company working isn't actually about working efficiently and doing a good job. It's about just keeping the wheels turning. And so actually almost the less efficient it is, the better it works out for business, because it keeps the business action going. If they're sort of too efficient, it takes care of it too quickly, and then they don't make as much money. And is there any recipe for caring about your workers less than that?
Yep. So much that. All of that.
Yeah, I'm like one stop short of going and living in the woods.
If like I didn't enjoy indoor plumbing so much, yes.
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi connection for me. That's, I think, what I would miss.
Yeah, again, there are times where I've been tempted recently to, be less stressed about money and go back to a more traditional, we'll say, quote unquote, 9-to-5 job. But as I start thinking about some of that stuff, I'm like, I don't think I can deal with some of this bullshit again. I don't. I've been out of it for long enough now where I'm just like, no, I'm going to tell someone to fuck off and it's going to get me fired. And
I'm very much in that space right now of trying to decide, because I need more sort of like consistent, stable income than I've got right now. And I'm in this space of like, do I maintain my principles that I have discovered that I care more about than like a good salary or whatever? But also the challenge of being in America is the insurance element of it as well. So I realize it's not all that cut and dry, but
yeah.
I want to start a business, but it's really hard to do that here.
Also, I like it because we've got a ton happening in chat, but also Sonata coming in with, God, I love drunk mushrooms so much.
I'm so happy that you encouraged me to draw this drunk mushroom.
She is so good at this. Yes, wait, nope, that one. I never point the right way. And I love it too, because you always apologize, Nicole, for getting people like derailed. And I was like, no, this is amazing. So, yes.
It's a kind of magic. I'm so glad I have drunk mushroom in my life.
Also, yes, Paul, you literally described me at my last job. Like, no, you're good at this, so do this. You're good at this, do this, until I'm like, I can no longer do all of the things.
It's funny how the reward for being good at your job is more work.
Oh, this seems wrong. This doesn't seem like what should be happening.
Yeah, counterintuitive.
So I will say and Lost Lemmy brought up something similar to this with the hybrid. It is something I like about working at the winery, because there is a very set, we are open these hours and that's it. And because my job is literally pouring and serving and talking about wine, I do that from those hours. And then when I leave, I'm done. And there's nothing else. I just leave it there. And like the first few times people were being frustrated about stuff that was going on, and I was like, I just leave. This is so cool. I haven't done this in like 10 years, where I'm like, I'm just going to go and I'll see you in a couple of days. Yay!
I'm all about like prioritizing well-being over stupid workplace stuff. This was the revelation. Yeah. And it's the secret that employers don't want you to know. But when the job that I was at, where with the no sign, I got like, that job made me ill. Like that job had a profound negative effect on my mental health, like to the point where I was like grinding my teeth to pieces in my sleep at night. Like I genuinely lost 2 teeth to that job.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I remember like I had my moment of clarity one day. I woke up and or I felt like I woke up. I was awake because I was at work, technically awake, and I was like enduring a particularly bullshit day, and I went and just walked away from my desk, and I was like, I'm walking away from my desk while I'm supposed to be working, but I need to take a minute, so I'm going to do that. And I just walked away. I was like, I'm on the clock, and I'm just sitting in this ugly staff kitchen with a glass of water and being like, if I just quit this job, all of this stuff that's keeping me up at night, that's affecting my dental care, that's giving me kind of stress on like a deep level, it's making me emotionally and physically ill. If I don't work here, none of those things triggering any of that will apply to me anymore. Like, obviously there are consequences for just walking out of a job, so I'm not saying that everyone should just do that, but it's such a simple concept that nobody wants you to sort of acknowledge that the only reason that it matters is because you allow it to matter, because the job environment makes you think that, you know, oh, the worst thing that could happen here is that you could lose your job, so you're doing everything to not lose that job. But actually that you own the power, you can just stop that thing.
Yep.
You could just go.
The
like, consequences, sure, but still, like, you can just like no, and just leave.
For me, with being on such a small team, it was kind of my own personal set upon mentality, but also enforced by management, was that, you know, you can't leave your partners, your teammates, your coworkers in a lurch. And I was like, realizing that while I can continue to care about these people and care about their well-being, it is not solely my job to facilitate that is a thing that is coming from above. That no, if me leaving is going to be the make or break, then you need to rethink how this is structured, because you should be able to lose a person and not have everything crash to a halt. Yeah. Again, revelation. But I love the way you said it, because it was exactly that, where all of a sudden I just had that moment where I was like, I don't have to do this anymore. Like, there are consequences, and I will have to figure out how I'm going to work and how I'm going to live, but I don't have to do it this way any longer, because it's killing me.
Part of me wants to like go on tour doing a TED talk and trying to like tell people about that. Like, did you know, I'm going to blow your mind with some knowledge and some secret. Did you know you can just leave? You can leave. You can leave any situation. I'm not saying that that's necessarily a healthy thing to do, or I'm not saying like that is the right course of action, but just have the awareness. Any situation that is bringing a detriment to your overall physical or mental health or well-being, you can end, whether that's a job, a relationship, a project, like anything. Anything. You can just stop and walk away, and there will be consequences, but like, you're not actually involuntarily trapped beyond your control. So like, they want you to think you are, but you're not. Anarchy. I'm sorry. That's enough of that for one live stream.
Also, I mean, Randall, you sum it up beautifully. If he leaves his job, they're losing the entire art department. Like, no, that's insane. I mean, again, if you are on a tiny company, it's a whole thing. I understand, but there are elements to it where it's like, that's so much for one person, one artist, one human worker. So,
yeah, it definitely shouldn't work that way.
Oh, Sonata Meg, I love this language. Again, this is why you're the writer. Diplomatic delivery. Great question. That won't work for me for the following reasons. So good. So good.
That is beautiful. I love that. I'm going to hold on to that one. Thank you.
Again, also, you know, calling back to discussing your wage with other people, but also discussing the office culture, and it's why I like being able to have a discourse about this, because I felt very alone for a very long time because I had only worked for small businesses, and I didn't, like, I'd always been taught that like corporate culture was so bad and blah blah blah, and I was like, oh no, some of the corporate practices where they do take care of their employees is actually a really good thing. And just because we're a small business does not mean that we should negate these things, because you're not caring for your workers. And if you call me family again, I might cry. So
people keep talking about family like it's automatically a good thing. Like, have you met people's families? It's the biggest drama.
Constantly drama. Oh my goodness.
Well, drunk mushrooms, my new favorite thing.
I think that is the biggest takeaway from this. It's drunk much. It's just also it's literally the colors are perfect. The colors are exactly what I was thinking in my head, and I need it. I need him.
Good old fire Garrick mushroom.
Oh, I love it. All right, y'all. Once again, we have had the most schizophrenic random stream. I love it so much. I'm so happy. Yes, yeah, I vote definitely sticker. We need a good there needs to be some sort of tagline or something for the t-shirt or some other element to it because also
Quit your job.
every day is Friday when you quit your job.
Maybe I'll mock up a few different possible taglines to go with it, and I'll do a Twitter poll or something, and everyone can chime in.
Let us know because we'll share the shit out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yay! All right, so let's do it. Let's share our stuff. Nicole, would you like to go first?
Yes.
Let's see. Click the wrong thing.
So I'm gonna see if this camera okay, I have to figure this out. If it autofocuses. Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
So I'm not quite done with it yet because some of these blood vessels are looking a little pale, but I'm practically done. So that's a big win.
that looks dope.
Yay.
that could go in a textbook. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed it a lot more in a textbook than some of the illustrations they chose to include. I'm like, oh, that's just bad. No, I love I'm loving, even though I know the camera's not picking up all of it, I'm loving the texture that it is picking up, and I'm sure in person it's even more. So
the cool thing is, so I was I was diluting some of these colors with a muted blue, and with the red it actually separated, so there's essentially 2 different layers of pigment, which is kind of cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
You'll have to do some close-up photos for the detail.
Yeah. Also, Snottamag says, I love Nicole's beautiful heart. Same.
Oh, thank you.
All right. And where can people find Nicole and your beautiful art?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at Mayor Squish. And on Etsy at Mayor Squish Art.
Yeah. Buy her cool stuff. It's so cool. Yeah. Also, again, if you want to see some very, very cool time lapse of the art you're doing, you've got them up on your TikTok. So
yeah,
check that out because it's dope. Oh, Paul, I don't know what that word is.
Paul and I have been playing Final Fantasy for a week straight.
Heck yeah.
You can find me there too.
Also, started. Oh, I was gonna tell you guys this because you're my Animal Crossing people. Definitely started to pull all the stuff off of my island to get ready to completely revamp and restart it because the new thing is gonna drop on the 5th of November, and I'm just 600 hours was not enough. I want more.
I've been trying to figure out where to put the farming stuff because I have no room for it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. And so we can get a close-up look at I didn't even get to see all the shading on Buff Vampire. They turned out so cool.
So we have Buff Vampire.
Oh, I love it.
A very sad drunk werewolf.
Seen some shit, man.
And drunk mushroom.
Oh, it's so good. They turned out. I love it too because they all have such different feels.
Super random.
It's so good.
This is why I love roll tables for prompts, that you can just get such fun combinations of things.
Absolutely. No, this is so cool. That's awesome.
I'm not sad about that.
Yay! I'm so happy to have you back too.
It's so nice to be back. I'm very grateful for being allowed to come and bother you with my radicalism about avoiding the capitalistic work machine.
Here for it. I'm here for it. So, where can people check out more of your amazing stuff?
You can find me on most social medias at Idstar. And also, if you go on my Twitter or Instagram, my link tree has got the link to everything else in it. You can also read my comic of Dungeons and Dragoons, which I've started issue 2 now. Issue 1 is finished. I've got an actual real legit comic book. And issue 2 is underway, which is exciting. And that updates weekly on Fridays or a week early if you support Patreon.
Heck yeah.
Mostly what I'm doing now. That and Drunk Mushroom from now on, I guess.
The Adventures of Drunk Mushroom, yes.
Because I need another project. But
yeah. I love that in one of our first talks and like the interview, we're just like, we have all these great ideas. I was like, we should take on more projects. And like, but when? when are we finding time for these?
yeah.
It's good. But yes, support all the amazing art, and definitely follow so you at home can find out when you can get your own copy of Drunk Mushroom.
Yeah. I'll do a Twitter poll or something for some sort of statement to go. Well, maybe it'll just be the mushroom solo, but we'll Twitter poll it up.
Yeah.
And the TED talk about dismantling capitalism will be coming in due time.
Yes, we will announce all the tour dates because we need
Excellent.
it. We need to burn the system down. I love it. I love it so much. All right, let me zoom. So we've got our lovely little scorpion cat, which I did not finish, or Scorpio cat, but I will finish that one, and then my fun little cancer friend. So weird to say.
So
Yeah.
cute.
Once again, maybe if I get my act together, this will be a series. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. I'm not good at series, but I will try. Cattober was my initial prompt list, and I'm very grateful for Cattober because Horoscope Cat was a great prompt. You can also find me more across the internet at a swan named Emily. I have actually made posts and scheduled posts to update my Instagram and my Facebook. So there will be some art posts. I know. I was very proud of myself. I was waiting for you to click in and be like, oh God, what have you done? It's like, bleh.
Yeah.
Also found out you can't schedule into January, which bummed me out. I was like, I'm on a roll, Facebook. What the F? Really? So yeah, I'm at least scheduled out for a couple months. So there's art that's going to be happening. Also, other Fridays, check me out here. Check me out every other Wednesday at Adhd Pod here on Twitch. You can also listen to the In Addition podcast, which I'm on. We had a great segment this week, which will be coming out in a week or so, all about logo design, which I love that Steph brought. And then she was just like, let Emily just get so excited and talk everyone's ear off about it. So yeah, very, very fun. But yeah, next Doodle Crew, I always do that where I start to talk about it and then I don't remember when our next one is. Next one is this coming Wednesday. So Wednesday the 27th, this will be an evening stream. This one, now that I'm getting it right, this one is going to be the one, chat. This is your turn to shine. We are taking prompts from the chat without knowing them beforehand. This is going to be a fully, you throw it at us and we draw it. Pray for us. It's going to be interesting. So yeah, we're very excited to, thank you everyone. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for everything. This was wonderful. As always, see more of this stuff over on YouTube and all of that. And if not, just have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to throw it at you like the man who threw the pumpkin at the lady's head here in Pittsburgh. Yep. And that's the way we're going to end. Goodbye.